the audio in your headphones?
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Got mostly left.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Panning. Sounds like it's having a hard time going to the right. That's pretty good.
Yeah, well, his is straight mono, too.
Oh, really?
So I wonder if, I don't know, whatever.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I got a sweet setup, but some cheap gear. No,
Hey,
just kidding.
you got to start somewhere, man.
Does it need to be louder, though? Because I can turn it up. How about you, Rich? You're just cranked. You're just good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the other
Should
side
have
of
seen
the
his
room.
face. Should have seen his face. So. Yeah. All right. Cool. We're good to go. Well, ready. Mind if I smoke pop during this?
I don't give a shit, man.
Cool.
I'm gonna smoke cigarettes, so you do your thing.
Yeah. See, I never thought you were a pot smoker. But I did thought that you drank. Did you just quit? Just stop?
I still do it. I just don't like overdo it anymore. Like,
right.
After about my 30th birthday party, when I blacked out in the middle of a set, I was like, oh shit. And now it's just you go to the bar, you're having a few drinks before the show, and I might have one or two, but a lot of it's just I don't want to drive.
Right.
I'm driving to most of the gigs, and I don't want to be driving under the influence. I can't take that chance, you know.
Right. Yeah. Well, to me, it's always been more of a social thing, anyways.
Right.
I've never been like one to like get home from work, just crack open a beer when I'm by myself and like get drunk.
I've done it on occasion, but it's not like every night when I come home. It's not like, well,
Yeah.
I better crack open a beer. You know, it's like if I get in the right mood.
Like the people that will like they'll drink O'Douls and stuff like that. Like after like they've quit drinking, just like I just want the taste. Like
Right.
I don't like the taste of beer.
Beer is a vessel that brings only one means, and that's just to get shit faced.
Exactly.
I mean,
That's what I always say.
I wasn't drinking beer because I'm like, what really tastes good is water, hops, and barley. This is fucking delicious. I mean, I like beer, but
Right.
I'm also not like the kind of guy that has to drink it. So it's always social for me. I go to a show, I have one because it's just tradition, it's habit.
Yeah.
And I don't, like I said, I don't condone.
And then once you get like two, maybe three of them down, then it's like, okay.
For me, the biggest
Whatever.
part's always been it dries my throat out.
Does it?
So I stop drinking beer before my set. I'll usually depending on when we're gonna go on. If we're going on early, I'll go there quick. I'll have a beer, and then I'm drinking water until after the set is over.
Oh.
Once the set's over, then I might have one or two. But again, it all depends on do I got to drive, how late are we staying, all that shit factors in.
I'd rather have bitch drinks, girly drinks, dude.
Right?
They taste way better. Way
whiskey,
better.
We take some shots of whiskey. If I have a shot or something at a show, I'm usually like, all right, I'm pretty much good.
Right.
It's just the days of when we were younger, getting obliterated at the bar, standing in line at the bar, waiting for the bar to open so that we could all have pitchers of beer. Like, I remember when we played.
How old were you when you guys started? Because you guys started in 04, right?
Yeah.
So my shirt says, see, I was right earlier, too. A comment, I was like 15 years, give or take.
Yeah, 16. Yeah, so I was 21. I think I had just turned 21 when we started. It was like 2003 when we actually formed.
And then you were show ready in a year.
Yeah, we did show. Actually, it's like 6 months. First show ever, fucking machine shop.
Damn.
It was horrible.
Still, though.
First show ever.
Holy shit. Were you probably shitting?
And the thing is with me,
the whole time.
I had no fucking clue. I come from fucking the sticks, man. I grew up in Penny.
Yeah.
And these dudes every guy that in the band other than Jeff had been in bands before, other than me. So I got no fucking clue what the machine shop is.
Right.
I think I might have gone to Harpo's once or twice by that point. I was into heavy metal, but I hadn't really gotten into the scene. I hadn't really been, okay, this venue right here or this venue right there.
That was kind of me, too.
Yep.
Like, I loved heavy music, but I'd rarely gone to any shows. I think, like, my first national, show was 2008. I was 18.
2001, Ozfest. My first concert.
Mine was Ozfest. Oh, 07. Sorry,
Yep.
07. I always get confused on those two. Yeah, 07 was mine at Ozfest.
Yep. And then after that, I think I went to I don't know if it was Summer Sanitarium where Metallica was touring with Linkin Park, Mudvayne, Limp Bizkit at Pontiac Silverdome.
Yeah.
And then I ended up going to Harpo's and got that experience. Well,
Right.
I went and saw Black Label Society. And this was all before I got into the band. So, I get into the band, and these dudes have been doing it. And Amber, Russ's girlfriend at the time, his wife now, gets us to show at the machine shop. And the dude's like, holy fuck, machine shop. And it was just a local gig. It wasn't like we were opening for a national or some shit. But, yeah, that was our first show ever. Second show, fucking pink conning. We played a fucking dive bar. And
You like...
I'm like, dude, it's going to be great, man. We're going to be close to my house. And fucking pink conning was not ready for heavy metal.
No, dude.
So it was, 2004. I think I just turned 21 when we started the band practice, and it was mostly drinking. There was like a case of beer was coming out, Busch Light or Bud Light. Yeah, Busch Light mostly.
Yeah, well, I mean, all you got to do is just be able to hold the microphone anyways and scream into it.
That's all you got to do. And the weirdest fucking part with these guys is I show up, and like I said, my musical taste was evolving at that time, but I was still new metal guy, listening to a little bit of Cannibal Corpse, and then there was some thrash mixed in there with old Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, shit like that. But I show up and I'm like, hey, what do you guys want me to do? And they're like, do whatever you want. Well, I mean, like, what do you guys want? Killswitch Engage, or do you want Cannibal Corpse, or like, can you do both? I'm like, I could try. And that's what we did, and then and then it evolved into what it is now. But when I started, I was like, I wanted direction, and these guys are like, just do whatever, man. Yeah, I had never used my own voice. Like people could sit in a car and they can sing all their favorite songs and shit, and they're mimicking what they hear. But when you got to actually put your own voice to something, man, it was a really weird time for me, because I was like, fuck, I don't know what I want to sound like. What do I want to sound like? Right. Do I want to sing? Do I want to growl? Do I want to scream? What do I want to do? So we just threw it all in the mix, and that's how it all started.
Right. Yeah, dude. It's one of those things, like, if I'm, like, as a drummer, I would come in and I would say that too. I'd say, well, what are you guys looking for? Are you looking for somebody that wants to do a lot of blast beats? Are you looking for, somebody that's just straight up double bass? Are you looking for a 1-2 guy? And it's good to know, like, before you get in. And a lot of times I guess it's different, because coming from my position too, if we got a vocalist in, I'd be like, well, do what you want, do what makes you most comfortable. Right. To where if it's a drummer coming in, you're already asking, well, can you do blast beats? Right. Because if you can't do blast beats, we don't want you. Correct. Right. And that's pretty much what it is nowadays. Like, it's just blast beats, and like, if you can't do them, get the fuck out. And it all depends on the style of music. I mean, Brant's working on blasts, but it's never been a heavy influence in what we play. Right. But there's some bands, dude, we're gonna play fucking brutal death. And you're like, okay, and you show up there and they just want you to do nothing but some fast ass tom fills with blasts, and that's what you're doing. But if you, like you said, if you show up and you don't ask and you just start fucking ripping off like a nice groovy beat where it's still got a good heavy feel to it. Yeah. But then these dudes are like, nah, get the fuck out. So that's why I always liked heavy music with a groove. That's why I really liked Pantera. Was like always one of my favorite bands. It's just got more groove to it in the music. That's what really influenced me on drums, was groove and go fast. Yeah. I like to go fast, and I like groove, so then I got a double kick. I played a single kick for a long time, and then I finally got a double one at you'll probably remember the penny sales at Mid-Michigan Music. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so, you'll buy a guitar full price, get another for a penny. Well, I was, looking at drum stuff, and I seen a sale on a pair of Iron Cobras. Mm-hmm. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going to grab these, and brought it home. I'm like, yeah, this is my style, so then I can incorporate more of that heaviness into it, and that's just kind of how I formed. It's just groove. I never was a blast beat guy. I loved listening to like Slipknot and stuff like that, because that's who I was listening to more so at the time. I didn't really get into death metal until I started getting into the local scene. Right. Like you guys, like when we went and seen you guys, like that was like kind of more of my intro to like death metal. I was never really into it. I didn't even like Slayer for a long time. No, I didn't get into them. I was more of like Metallica and Megadeth, and then you could throw Slipknot in there because it's more like new metal, Korn, and then but Slayer was like a grown taste to me, and then I just really and then once you got into them, I really got into. Once you're hooked, yeah. Yes. Yeah, and see that's exactly how I started when I was going through high school. It was Pantera. It was and Justice for All. It was Peace Sells, Who's Buying. Right. That's the kind of metal I was listening to, but I was listening to a lot of shit off the radio, Z93, so you were getting a little bit of that hard rock. And then it wasn't until college that I was starting to kind of migrate towards more of a heavier music.
And it wasn't until college where I had a communications class. I tell this story all the time because people are like, "Well, you must have been in heavy metal." No, man, motherfucker, I listened to like classic rock.
Yeah, that's what I grew up on.
And then I fucking go to college. I'm at SVSU, and I have to do a presentation in this communications class about a song, and then explain why you feel it's important. So I do a presentation on on Mudvayne Death Blooms, and the entire fucking class is just like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, fuck yeah, man, Mudvayne, cool.
Yeah, dude.
And so I do the speech, I do my spiel, get a fucking good grade on it and everything. I go sit back down, and the girl sitting next to me, she's got a fucking Iced Earth disc she's going to play. And she looks at me and she's
so you got to play the music with the the presentation. You got to play the song. That's why everybody's like, what the?
They had to listen to Death Blooms before they played it. And at the time, I think maybe that album had been out for like 2-3 years, maybe.
Right.
I think it came out my senior year, so it's probably like 2 years old, a year old. And so I sit down next to her, and she's like, "I'm gonna have to tell my boyfriend about you." And I'm like, "Oh, does he listen to Mudvayne too?" And she looked me dead in the eyes and goes, "No, he listens to real metal." What? So sure as shit, a couple days later, this dude shows up, and it's like a fucking scene out of The Matrix. This dude's got a fucking stack, like 4 CDs that he burned for me. He hands them to me, and as I go to take the CDs out of his hand, he won't let go of them. And he looks me dead in the eyes, and it's like fucking Lawrence Fishburne. He's like, "Once you listen to these, there is no going back."
Damn.
Like, get the fuck out of here. Come on,
whatever,
man.
dude.
And I swear to you, I put fucking Carcass Swan Song in. The first fucking CD I picked, and I'm like, what is this? Oh my God. Take that out. Then it's fucking Carcass Heartwork. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is awesome. Fuck, put in Dim You Borgir, the one with Morning Palace on it. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then after that,
they're one of the ones I can't really get into. I can't get into them.
I like them.
I tried. I really did. I tried. I listened to like a whole album and stuff, and I'm just like, and I flipped through a couple other ones,
It's an acquired taste. I got that's the weird thing with me is that you find some guys that they like all black. I listen to black metal. That's what I listen to. Then there's guys that I listen to death metal, or I listen to grind, or I listen to grindcore, or I listen. And the weird thing with me is that my influences have come from everything. So I'm listening to thrash, and I'm listening to death metal, and then I like a little bit of slam, and then black metal, like 1349, shit like that. And then I used to listen to like 3 Inches of Blood, and so I had this huge mix of what I started delving out into because I'm like, well, shit, this stuff's heavy, man. There's got to be other heavy stuff out there. So I'm grabbing everything I can get my hands on. And then it just kind of it's kind of calm to where it is now, where it's just a good mix. If it's heavy, I like it, and some heavy I don't like.
Yeah, one of the ones I really got into, I was telling Rich about because he's been showing me a lot of other bands too. Was that Cryptopsy?
Cryptopsy?
Yes. There, I did a couple of death metal breakfasts with my girls upstairs.
Okay,
I was posting those on a quarantine when I was home for a little while.
Right.
And, they get into it too. I really like that band. If I could go see one of their shows, I think that would.
I've only seen one of the bands I really wish I had got to see a couple more times was Hypocrisy.
Okay.
Oh my God, so fucking good.
They just released a new album.
See, and I'm so I don't fucking pay attention to nothing. So it's like,
he knows everything.
Fucking Mole told me the one time I was fucking like, yeah, dude, I finally get to see Aborted live. He's like, dude, we saw him at Harpo's. I'm like, no, dude, there's no fucking way I missed. I remember that. He goes, dude, we were fucking there. I was like, was I hammered? He goes, I think so. I don't fucking remember seeing Aborted, dude.
There we go.
But no, I fucking those dudes are so fucking great. I saw Hypocrisy, Vile. It was Hypocrisy, Vile, Exhumed, and Cannibal Corpse at Harpo's. It was retarded.
Dude, that
so
place was tore up by the end.
Oh, Harpo's, you hate it and you love it at the same time. It isn't about the worst fucking spot you'd ever want to go to see a show, but your memories. You always like the fucking piss covered floors in the men's room.
Yeah,
like
dude.
You don't like it.
Dude, it was gnarly.
But at the end of the thing is it's like its own experience. Like
it's bad when you walk into Harpo's as a band, nobody's been there yet, and there's piss still on the floor.
Yeah.
That's how it was. Like
you can't clean it up. Man. It's just it's like seeping out of that carpet.
That's what I thought though, because my first time going to Harpo's, I played.
Yeah.
So and we opened for Mushroom Head,
Nice.
with I don't know how many other bands there were, but we all got to play main stage though.
Yep.
I never experienced what other people said where they would have the side stage.
Yep.
I never experienced that. I played there twice, Mushroom Head and Hatebreed. And we played main stage.
I think we dodged side stage both times because we played there once with Jesus Christ, why can't I think of it now? It was our first fucking time ever playing there. It was Children of Bottom, Gojira,
Oh yeah, you were just talking about this the other day, I think, because I remember Gojira. I'm like, holy shit.
It was.
I love that band.
It was a badass gig.
That's why I went to Knotfest this past year.
Yeah,
just to see them.
Gojira is both. I loved every band that was on it. But God, now I can't think of the last band. Was it Amon Amarth? It was Amon Amarth.
There you go. Yeah, that
Amon Amarth, Children of Bottom.
Children go well together.
It was just such a sweet experience. I mean, even though it's
and Gojira back then too, because they had a way different style than their latest albums.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was old. I mean, fuck, that was like 2006, 2007, something like that.
Yeah,
it was a long time ago. So I mean, all those bands have gone a different way, or sound wise, but you know, it was just a badass experience for us, and we got to play main stage and then open for Guar.
Yeah, don't you guys have some sort of like home video out there on YouTube from you guys at Harpo's?
Oh yeah,
that was when Mole was like a lot bigger.
Yeah, there's video floating around out there.
Because I remember I was like, that's Mole.
Yeah, they wouldn't let us film Guar. Like that, we couldn't have any cameras backstage, front stage, nothing for Guar. But when we played with Amon Amarth, Gojira, Children of Bottom, we got to film everything we wanted.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
it was a lot of old tracks. Like I said, it was fucking eons ago now. But at the time, we were like, holy fuck, we're playing hard. We're getting film of everything. This is gonna be so
When did
sweet.
Brant come in? Because you had, what was his name, Russ?
Yep, we had Russ, and then after that was Corey, and Corey didn't stay around very long. I don't think it was really his thing, you know. He was a drummer, and I don't feel like he felt it, you know. You
gotta feel it.
And then, God, it must have been like 2008, 2009, maybe. Fuck, my dates are so fucked up. But no, he's been around for a long time.
Yeah,
you know, the longest drummer.
Yeah, right.
The longest drummer of Hokori, really.
And he tried leaving too.
He did leave.
Yeah,
he left after I did.
He tried.
Yep,
and then both tried.
I
kept calling you back.
What? Fucking Wayne. I know. I go to fucking Slayer, and I'm hanging out, and Wayne's there, and he's like, dude, we want you back. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to be a dad. You know, I'm going through this divorce. I'm going to be a single dad. I only got so much time with my kids. And he's like, dude, we'll work around it. Fuck, all right, man. So I went home, and I thought about it. But fuck it. All right, let's do it, you know. And then we went like fucking 6 months without a drummer. And then finally,
you're like, oh, this is
I'm putting fucking,
this is great.
I'm putting commercials out on fucking YouTube, and I'm like, dude, if this, you know, I really want to jam, man. If you gotta find a band, fuck, maybe I'll go join somebody else. And then that's when Brand's kind of like, you know, yeah, I'd maybe come back. Like, all right, dude, you want to try out?
Yeah.
Hey, come on.
You enjoy your time off?
Yeah. And
sometimes that's all it is. It's just like, just take a break, guys.
Right.
Let's just take a break.
And
we've been around for so long. Everybody knows who we are. We can take a break.
And it doesn't work that way. It absolutely does not work that way. Anytime we've ever had a member departure, that at least when I was in the band, obviously I left for almost 5 years. It just seems like it takes you a huge step back. Whatever momentum we had gained, hey, we're playing with these bands a lot. We're getting good at this venue. We're booking consistently. As soon as that member drops off and you got to fill that piece back in and get them caught up, it just...
But that's a different story, though, if you have a member that drops off. But if you're a band and you're all together and you're just like, yo, we're going to take a little hiatus here, like, I think you're going to be fine.
Hopefully.
I mean, just based on how long you've been in the scene, how many contacts you have, because it's about contacts.
Oh,
man.
absolutely.
You have to, like, know people and know the booking agents and get good with them. Don't be dicks.
Right.
You know, don't take forever on stage to unload and load your gear and just be dickheads the whole night. Get on their good side.
Yep.
And then when you're on their good side for 15 years, 16 years, you know, you take like a 6 month period off, like, it's going to be fine. I would hope. But yeah, I do understand what you're saying there too. It's kind of a survival of the fittest. It's you know, who's going to grind more.
I've watched hundreds of bands go, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
both of mine
I'm sure there's hundreds of people that wish we would do that. You know, it's just.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe,
but it's all right.
I wish a lot would go. That's
Tim Drexler.
Who the fuck?
You anti-cottage cheese motherfucker.
Oh, damn it. I honestly though, I don't like cottage cheese either.
No?
Fuck. I don't like cheese.
What?
Really?
It's a fucking staple of life.
Bro, I like eat cheese like if it's like meant to go on it, like pizza.
Oh, Jesus.
You know? But if I have a choice between a hamburger and a cheeseburger, I'm taking a hamburger.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
See?
Bro.
The voice from the heavens says
the voice from the heavens.
The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, dude, I don't like it. Chicken bacon ranch from Subway.
Yeah.
First time I had it had a little bit of cheese on it, so I just get a little bit of cheese on it every time I go.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude.
Pound it, man. Pull that. Oh, fuck. Cheese it. They're like, you want more cheese? I'm like, yeah. They're like, how much cheese? I'm like, I don't want to see the meat. And they're like, all right.
I'm like, gross, dude.
Nah, dude, I grew up on cottage cheese. That's why it's fucking.
Well, you got a fucking little cheese factory thing up there too.
We used to.
Used to.
Yeah, it used to
When
be a
the
cheese
fuck
capital, man.
Yeah.
Used to have a craft plant right there in Pinconning. Yep.
Right. Yeah, with the fucking cheese guy on top.
Oh, yeah.
There. I think I had to meet somebody there to do my driver's training.
Oh, yeah. It would have been right by the community center.
Yeah.
Yep, that's where I did mine.
Yeah, I drove to my driver's training by myself.
Welcome,
my dad,
welcome to Michigan.
literally down the highway, drove all the way there. My dad met me there because he was on a delivery route. Couldn't get the day off work.
Oh, Jesus.
And he met me there. We got there really early, and then he just jumped in the car. He drove there.
Awesome.
Yes, it was great. And then he sat in the car until she left, and then I drove home.
Nice.
I mean, shit. It was like most, if you got your head on your shoulders, you kind of know what's going on before you get behind the wheel.
Sometimes.
Most of the time. I mean, I was definitely taught, obviously, before we went. I mean,
Right. I couldn't
I
fucking.
don't know.
I tried learning on a stick, and I had my mom's car was an automatic, and so my old man put me in the fucking Ford Ranger, and like, oh, we'll teach you how to drive a stick. Like, fuck yeah, cool.
Yeah.
This seems
See-
like a life. This seems like something that's I should learn, and I could do it. I couldn't do it well, but I just growing up, getting used to it, and then I've never even driven a stick since. It's just been all automatics.
I know.
My truck now is an automatic. I don't even know. You got to pay extra for fucking manuals and shit. It's crazy.
More. I don't know if there's more or less chances of something going wrong, but it just seems like more.
I've always heard that clutches. You're always burning clutches out on fucking.
Yeah, burning the clutch out. Yep,
Yeah.
that's what you always hear. The only time I drove a stick was in my dad's piece of shit S10 that didn't even have no labels or anything on it. He's like, you just got up.
You just
I'm
got
like, dude,
up, down, up, down.
Here I am going down center in Bay City, like 15. It's me. I'm like, dude, I can't get in a second. Like,
Pretty sure 4,000 RPMs is where I'm supposed to shift out.
yeah, I don't know, dude. If I'd have like a nice new one where you can see everything. I understand it because I can do it on you ride dirt bikes.
Right.
I can
Down,
do it on
down,
a
up,
dirt
yep.
bike.
Yep,
you
downs,
know,
up, down,
yeah,
up.
you just hold that in, boom,
Yep.
boom. Every time it gets there, you can hear it.
Right.
You know, the one I was driving didn't have didn't have no speedometers and shit on it. You just kind of was like, well, once it sounds like it's revving, you just kick it over. I'm like, all right.
When it sounds like it's about to explode, that tells you to shift.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, that was down on the south end of Bay City
Oh, Jesus.
on High Street.
Which fuck.
That has that big field across from it. That's
Yeah.
where my grandpa lived, and that's where we had dirt bikes and stuff.
Fucking Bay City.
Yeah, dude. Bay shitty. So glad I left that town.
Oh.
So I fucking talk shit about it all the time. I don't even care. Fuck that place.
I don't live there, so I got no horse in that race. I live outside of Saginaw.
I just think it's one of those things where it's like there's some great people there.
For sure.
I met my wife there.
Right.
I mean, and I got some great friends, met a lot of cool people. But it's just one of those places to me that it's just like, it just seems like it just sucks you down. Like you can't, like you're reaching through goo the whole, like you just can't get anywhere there.
The town is, I don't know, like when I lived there for a hot minute, it's like,
Suffocates you.
it's
almost.
fucking insane how much people pay for water. Like,
I'm glad I didn't have to experience that there.
like, dude, I pay like $72 a quarter for fucking water right now. And I mean, in Bay City, my water bill was like over fucking $120 some a month. And we were renting. You know, it wasn't even that big of a place.
Jeez.
I mean, and there was like 4 dudes living there splitting the rent. But still, man, I mean, the water bill was fucking asinine. You know, I remember there was a time where they weren't fucking plowing the streets, like side streets they wouldn't get.
Oh, fucking all the time, dude.
I was living there and driving to Clio for work and come home after a fucking snowstorm, bury my car in the main, right in the road. Can't get in. You can't park on the side road, so they can't plow it.
I was driving to Flint for work for a while from Bay City too.
That's a drive.
Dude, I got sick of it. There's too much fucking. I spun out on the way home from work, and that was the last straw. I was like, I'm sick of this drive, sick of this bullshit.
And yeah, see, for about 6.5, 8 months of the year, it's just a long commute. But then once you start factoring in, you're gonna get snow anytime from November until fucking April.
Yeah,
You know.
but that's the point right there. I
Yeah.
mean, I was driving out of Bay City for work. I was literally driving to Flint with my dad. We would alternate because he got me the job delivering. And
Yeah.
he ended up going to deliver. That's the same company he was at for the driver's training. And it was like you're driving out of here for work, and it was 11 bucks an hour, I think, is what I was getting, because I was still under 21,
Right.
so they didn't have to pay me,
Yeah.
or like I don't know, I had to get some qualification, or I don't know, some bullshit, but yeah, 11 bucks. I'm like, yeah, I'll go to Flint.
Fucking 45, 50 miles one way.
Of course, that was like how many years ago? I mean,
Right.
whatever. But the point is I don't know. I could never find anything good there for work. That's why I moved here. There's work all over around here.
Mm-hmm.
But you're back at Menards. You've been back at Menards, or what?
I never left.
You never left. I thought you did leave.
No, see,
Did you like
I went to
try something for 2 weeks?
I went to the manufacturing side, so I'm still technically employed with Menards. I just work at Midwest
Okay.
Manufacturing. We
So-
make the concrete block.
For Menards. So you're still Menards company.
Still Menards.
So you never lost any benefits, anything. Everything was just the same. You just kind of went to a different.
I went to a different site and transferred out of retail and went into making concrete block.
So you make block.
I make block.
And you fucking hurt your back.
And I fucked it up during COVID.
I think you're going back to retail.
I can't. No, I
Are
never.
you like physically handling like your block maker?
Oh,
like,
yeah. Well, I'm
man.
I'm
Why
actually-
would you? Oh,
I'm in charge. I'm actually a shift manager. I'm an assistant plant manager.
so you don't got to handle it.
I don't have to, but that don't work that way. You know, I end up just as dirty as those guys.
I heard horror stories from like Van Poplin.
Oh yeah, it's the
in
old
Bay
Van
City.
Poplin plant in Saginaw. Van Poplin owned a plant in Saginaw.
Okay.
That's the plant I'm working at.
See, I had a couple buddies that worked at the one in Bay City or whatever. And they
Some of
was,
them are
like,
working
just
there now.
Hell.
Ben and Matt, they're working over in over with us now. They used to work at Van Poplin. Yep, and they told us the same shit. Face grinding 8-inch and shit like that, handling everything by hand. Like, oh,
And the hours and stuff they'd have them be putting in, and like
it ain't a bad, it ain't
I'm
a bad
like,
gig now because I'm working 12-hour shifts, but I get half the year off.
oh, what does he mean? So half the year off,
Like I had yesterday and today off. I'll work Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
so is it just a rotation, like 3 on, 2 off, 2 on, 3 off? Yep.
So I get a 3-day weekend every other weekend.
Yeah, and then for like 1 month, whole month, you have every weekend off, and then it's like no, it doesn't. I thought it
Not ours.
routed itself that way.
No, I stay on first shift, and I can tell you if I stayed working there, I can tell you what my schedule would be in 2025.
Oh.
You know, I know exactly what weekends I'm going to have off. I know what Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays I got to work. So it ain't so bad.
So you get weekends off every month.
Oh yeah, I get at least half the weekends off every month.
Okay.
Yep. So it ain't bad. It's just
Yeah.
12 hours, man. Sometimes 12 hours goes by, and you're like, holy fuck, man, it's time to go home. And some hours, you're looking at your clock, it's like 10 o'clock. You're like, I've been here for 10 days. What is going on? Why is it only fucking 10 o'clock?
10 days.
But it was a different experience, you know, coming out of retail. And I'd always liked working with my hands a little bit, you know, growing up, I'm working on my grandmother's farm and shit like that. But as far as like mechanics and stuff like that, I've never done it.
Right.
But I'm willing to learn, and fuck, I was thrown right into it, you know, and fuck, I'm changing out motors, doing electrical, fucking trying to troubleshoot all this shit. It's been a good learning experience.
Yeah, for sure.
4 years, almost 5 years now.
How long you been at Menards total?
17, going on 18.
Fucking hey, dude, you're gonna be. Damn, you gonna get your 20-year badge here
Fuck,
soon?
I get a free coat
Free coats
every 5 years,
Wow, damn, you get a free goddamn coat.
baby. Coat into that, boy. You get a coat and a pat on the back.
That was like my dad's work for the COVID. You know, everybody was starting. Did they give you any bonuses or anything?
No, you know what they gave me? You know what they gave me? Check this out, man.
What did they give?
Employment.
Yeah.
You can keep coming to work, buddy.
Hey, well, my work, they gave us, I think it was 40% more of your wage.
No shit. That's nice.
And then, I mean, it lasted, you know, for the emergency time, like a month or something. But my dad's work, yeah, they gave him a hoodie. I'm like, dude, it's getting warm outside. They gave you a fucking hoodie?
Oh. And it's
So he had it on the other day. I was like, oh, wearing your COVID hoodie. All right, finally getting some use out of that.
I
bitch.
mean, they could have gave me a fucking heroes work here sign out in front of the fucking building or something. I don't know. I just kept like, you know, everybody was obviously the whole fucking state, the whole country was paranoid about it. What are we gonna do? What's gonna happen? And I'm like, I'm gonna wake up and go to work. You know,
Right.
I got bills to pay.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did. And fuck, dude, it was a hard 2 weeks there when that shit really started hitting the fan. And everything was getting shut down. The state was offering up all that extra money. Well, fuck, every dude and their brother was like, I'm scared of COVID. I'm gonna go home and go ahead and file for that unemployment. And so I just kept going to work. You know, and there wasn't very many of us. There was only a handful of dudes that were working, so we were trying to do the best we could to keep up with stuff. And
yeah, I took like a little hiatus, but I was offered. She said, if you take unemployment, I can't guarantee your job back. But you have FMLA, emergency FMLA you
Right.
can use. So I used some of that. Just because my dad was here watching the girls, and he's a cleaner, so he goes out and cleans all these buildings. So they're sending him out to all these places that had COVID and
Right.
like spraying the shit. And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know enough yet. This is just came out, so I'm going to take some time off just to wait it out and see what happens. So then, you wait it out, you see what happens, and then you get all, the stats that come in, and you're just like, okay, well, maybe this isn't like something that we have to like
right.
freak out about. And like, I have to be off work and just, then I went back to work. Like, why can't anybody else do that? Like, just go back to work.
We didn't get some guys back till that fucking benefits quit. That was the worst
Well,
part.
when you're getting paid to sit home.
Oh fuck! They making what $300 an hour
and
plus
more
the $6.
at first with the extra
It was like
$600.
fucking $900 check.
I know. That's what I was sitting there.
More
I'm
than
like,
I was fucking,
dude.
more than I was pulling down. I'm like, man, maybe I should have took this.
Yeah.
But it ended up working out because had I taken
But that's where you go with 17 years.
Right.
In the company, you're like, I'm kind of in this company, dude.
I put my time in. I'm gonna keep showing up to work. That's just how I was raised. Dude, I've gone to work in some pretty shitty conditions. Just fucking aches, pains, the shit everybody deals with. But a lot of guys would still call in. Fuck, broken fingers. Just can't possibly fathom another day at work.
Right.
Just I show up. I got to be there. So, but it worked out. I ended up, whether my back was already screwed up or whether putting in that extra time screwed it up, I don't know.
Right.
But I ended up missing 3.5 weeks for the back surgery, which they didn't want me to go back to work for 8 to 12 weeks. And I told them flat out, I was like, I can't. And they're like, well, you have to. I'm like, listen, they're not going to pay me if I'm not there. They're like, well, yeah, but you should have disability insurance. I don't.
Oh,
and they're like,
oh.
right.
Right.
And I'm like, and if I don't make my payments for my insurance premium, I don't have insurance. And they're like, oh, you can go ahead and go back to work on restrictions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
it was tough. It's still hard.
See, right there, you can kind of haggle with them a little bit.
At
Some
first-
people just take doctor's word and they go walk right out and they say, "This is what I have
Right.
to do." Well, it's like you talk to them a little bit, like, okay, yeah,
Explained I explained my situation. I'm like, I'm a single dad, and yeah, they can stay at their mom's, but why am I going to put that burden on her? I need to be bringing my income home so they got a place to stay and I could be providing.
right,
And it's just finally they were like, we now that we understand your situation a little bit better, cool. And I burned most of my vacation time during that period just so I would have a check.
yeah,
And then I was like, I got to get back to work, guys. My vacation's out. I got to go.
Yeah.
So I used my sick pay. I used my vacation time. Sat home, relaxed, played Call of Duty.
yeah.
And then eventually just got back into the swing of shit.
Call of Duty.
Eventually, hopefully it gets better. Like I said, they can't seem to tell me whether or not they'll ever be pain again. But
Right.
there is a nagging pain there. And whether or not it'll ever go away, they can't really tell me. They said, well, the nerve's the last thing to heal. It might go away. You might have it forever. We don't know how bad the damage was.
Oh, how convenient.
That's sweet. Can I have that $5,000 back? That'd
Thank
be
you.
Great.
How convenient that it's the last thing to heal.
Well, and it
Now
was
you can just leave me hanging.
Right.
Like, yeah.
and it wasn't going to go away. At first I was like, oh, I must just have a pinched nerve. And so I'm going to chiropractic. Like, I didn't even know for the first, I dealt with it for 4 months before I even went and saw anybody. Because I didn't think I could even go to a chiropractor. It's fucking COVID, dude. Everybody's dying. We're all going to die. I can't go to a doctor.
Right. Well, you couldn't for a little while.
And then I found out you can go to a chiropractor. And I'm like, well, shit, anytime I've ever had a sciatic problem,
And when was this? Like beginning of COVID?
April?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
May? And
You could go to a chiropractor then?
Yeah, they
They weren't even letting people in for elective surgeries
I
or
know.
any other surgery that wasn't life threatening. They were.
And that's why I'm like, there's no way they're gonna let me go to a chiropractor. And sure enough, you had to wear your mask, all that stuff, which is whatever, man. Let's get this problem fixed. Anytime I'd ever had a sciatic problem, you go get an adjustment, take it easy for a couple days, maybe get another adjustment, sciatic problem goes away. Well, I'm going to this chiropractor, who I've gone to for a while, it ain't going away. And I'm telling him, I'm like, dude, this is not getting any better. And he's like, well, let's try something else. Let's try this, and we'll get it fixed. I'm like, okay. And it still ain't going back. It ain't getting no better. I'm like, well, I used to see this chiropractor up in Standish. Used him when I was a kid in high school, man. Would get me corrected after football games and shit like that. I'm gonna go see him, man, just to get a second opinion on shit before this guy starts putting me into hell. You might need to go get an MRI and a CT scan and all this shit. I'm like, well, let's go see what this guy says.
Right.
And the guy's, I'm there for 10 minutes. The dude has me do 3 tests. Like, you got to rupture disc. What? I'm like, I've been going to this other guy for 2 fucking months, man. You fucking, yep, I can tell right now. It's like, go get this fucking scan done. So I don't know. Well, go get it done. He comes back, yep, see ruptured disc right here. Well, I want you to go see a neurosurgeon just to make sure there ain't something else going on before I start doing anything. All right, cool. So I went and saw a neurosurgeon.
It's like head, right?
Neurosurgeon has anything to do with your nervous system.
Okay,
so that's
there
brain all the way down your spine. That's the same thing I thought. I'm like, well, that's a brain. What the fuck do I need a brain surgeon for? Cool. Nervous system. Got it.
Dude.
So
Okay.
I showed up to the first one, and the doctor who I'm supposed to see gets called out on an emergency brain surgery, and I'm like, cool, man, I get it.
Yeah.
Talk to the fucking nurse practitioner, or the registered, and they're like, well, it might go away. You might be able to just go do this and some physical therapy, and it'll be better. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I just don't feel good about this one. I don't feel good about what they're telling me. Nobody can give me an absolute, you can fix this with this. And that's what I'm looking for. I want not guesswork, because I don't need to deal with this the rest of my life. You tell me, is this going to fix me? And nobody's giving me that answer. Well, my mom and dad know a neurosurgeon. They go to church with the guy. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know a neurosurgeon? And I'm fucking going to this guy.
What the fuck?
I'm like, can you get me an appointment with him? And sure enough, I go in there. I'm there 25 minutes. I can hear his practitioner talking to him out in the hallway, tells him how long I've been dealing. I can hear him say 5.5 months. And the doctor goes, what? 5.5 months is how long he's had this. And they both come running into the room. He goes, you need surgery. What? Hold the fucking phone. What are you talking about, man? I talked to everybody I've talked to. Nobody said that. He said, come here, let me show you something. And he walks in and he blows it up, and there is a shard of my disc stabbing my sciatic nerve.
Oh.
So that, my friend, is what's causing your pain. Oh, cool.
Oh, okay. It all makes fucking sense now.
I see what you're pointing at now. Okay. So right after I finished my vacation, I was like, listen, man, I got this vacation planned. I already paid for it. Can I go? They're like, can you enjoy yourself while you're at it? I'm like, dude, I've been living with this for 5.5 months, man. Yeah, of course. I'll fucking get through it. It's like, all right, go do that. Come back. We'll have surgery. I did it. Dude, fucking next, 2 days later, I'm like, holy fuck, dude. I feel fantastic. For 3 weeks. No problem. No pain. Then the fucking scar tissue started healing, encapsulated around the nerve, and now it's just kind of if I move in the wrong direction, sometimes I get a nice little shooting pain down to the Achilles tendon, right in the back of the calf.
Ooh.
But most days it's, I can do just about everything else.
So it's one of those ones that like kind of creep up on you. All of a sudden you'll just turn one way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's not like, I didn't like it used to be. Like I was limping every day when I went to work. Like looked like fucking Igor, like fucking dragging a leg along with me and shit. And it's to a point now where like I can go through most of my daily activities where I'm not having anything, and then all of a sudden you bend over to pick something up. You're like, "Oh,
yeah,
all right, we'll do that differently." Can't tie your shoe the same way, but
yeah,
there's people going through worse shit. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do whatever I got to do and find out December the 15th to let me get back to doing shit.
Right.
They told me I could hunt. I mean,
hey, there you go.
I told them I was gonna bow hunt, and they're like, "That's fine."
That's fine.
Well, bow hunting, I mean, that's not much different than goose hunting. I mean, I'm gonna go and take my 12 gauge with me. I've been deer hunting and shit, and it didn't bother me. So I'm just hoping that finally I'll get the clean bill of health. They'll be like, "All right, man, get back to living your life." And if I gotta deal with pain the rest of my life, then we'll figure a way around it. If it's just, hey, it needs a little bit more time to heal, then cool. I have no idea. They can't really tell me, yep, you're going to live pain for the rest of your life, or nope, you're going to have this the rest of your life. I don't know.
Right. It's like that with everything. Like just with COVID, like you don't know. So, well, have you ever tried any like CBD oils and stuff?
I thought about it, and like honestly, I'd be all about like trying some fucking marijuana if I could have that pain.
You want to try some marijuana?
The problem is, here be the problem, my boy, is I will show up to work on Friday, and it'll be my turn for the random. It's just and I can't risk it. Like I said, like once they can come up and
how many employees are at your?
Not a ton. Place? I mean, we got about 5-6 guys a shift, and we run 4 shifts.
So it's a small pool.
It's really not a big organization of dudes. When you get down to the cross dock end of things, where we're hauling all of our stuff and loading it up for the vans and everything that are getting shipped to all your stores, there's more personnel down there on average.
Yeah, but is it a random throughout the whole company?
I think it's just a random throughout the facility.
But
again, at any point,
Yeah, I know it could happen. Yeah, for sure.
I've seen dudes get drawn 3 times in a row. I since I've started there, I've never had one. So
I run the risk too because I have a random at my work.
Yeah.
But I just carry the pee with me and hope for the best. And if not, I mean, I'm a really like sought after kind of person right now. Cleaning.
Yeah.
Like I get jobs all off days all the time. Like we need a cleaner here, need a cleaner here,
Right.
need a cleaner here. And I'd like to use my assistant. Like I was a manager and stuff before too, but it's all on second shift.
Yeah.
That's where the primary need is for it. So that's why I like my first shift janitor gigs.
Oh hell yeah.
You know.
And
all the factory benefits with no factory work.
No. Wish I had that. That'd be great.
It would be.
I mean, I hope for a day that they can come up with a more conclusive way to detect the usage. Like,
yeah,
dude,
like have you used? Well, the best way would be swabbing.
right. I mean,
They should go to swabs.
because what I don't give a shit about, like, dude, my guy's out at his house on his fucking day off. If that dude wants to go have a joint or whatever,
Yeah.
cool, man. It's legal.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck, man. He's
Right.
not doing anything to me. He's doing whatever. As long as he
It's
comes
just
to
not
work clean.
federally legal.
Right. As long as that motherfucker comes to work clean, is operating intelligently, I don't really care.
Well, it goes back to the person that gets home from work and pops open a beer and
Right.
gets drunk that night.
Right.
As long as they show up to work the next day and
they're
they
sober
are functional,
right.
You get the job done. I don't give a shit what you do.
Right. I mean, and the problem.
Yeah, you can't be coming to work stoned off your ass, or
Right.
or even drunk, or whatever. You can't.
And I probably would only go that far with like maybe shrooms and pot. Like, you want to do that? Cool. I mean, like the other shit though, that kind of crosses the line for me. Like
Like cocaine and all
fuck
that.
coke, meth, heroin, all that.
Yeah.
That's a different ballgame to me. But dude, pot. Who
Yeah.
cares? Like fucking hey.
And it's like it's one of those things like because I did cocaine and I did it for it was a couple years. Like we would, at parties and shit.
Yep.
But it was one of those things where it was like I didn't get addicted to it.
Right.
It was always like the next day. You're like, oh man, it was so much fun.
that was fun.
That was so
I wanna
much
do it again.
fun. I want some more. I want some more. And then you just curb it, smoke some pot.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, okay. Like I don't.
Pot's
need
the
that
cure all,
shit.
man. It cures cures the addictions.
I mean, I have somewhat of an addictive personality when it comes to some things, like
Yeah.
cigarettes, or even just something that's like video editing and stuff. Like I
Right.
can get I am kind of addicted to it. Like
Get
I
lost
love
in it
doing
and-
it all. But you just gotta have a strong mind. I think is what a lot of it is. You
I
have to
get
be
addicted
willing-
to a lot
get
of shit.
That will, like that voice inside, it's like, no, you need to do this, or
Right.
you don't, which we all succumb to not following, but it's just what comes in big time when you're gonna mess around with that shit,
Right.
and that's
Never tried it. Never tried anything harder than fucking pot, man. My whole
Yeah.
life. It was never
I was
anything. Never.
nervous as fuck. I was like, dude, I don't know, man. They should say you can do this shit and you die.
Yeah.
Nowadays, fuck yeah, you can, because they're cutting it with all kinds of shit. Back when we were doing it, and back way before then, it was like baby powder, or
Right.
like like some Tylenol or something like that. They would cut it with. Because
Yep.
they have to cut it, to spread it out so they can make money off of it.
Mhm.
You're not getting pure Colombian cocaine.
No. Not at those prices.
But yeah, that was very nerve wracking. But yeah, it's just like it's just an adrenaline rush right away. You just like immediately feel it. You just get this buzz about you that's just like, all right, let's fucking do this. Like we'd be playing beer pong and shit. Be like, fuck yes.
Right.
You're just into it. And then it's like 30 minutes, 45 minutes later, you're like, all right, let's do more. It's one of those things. Yeah, it would just like, just go away all of a sudden. You're like, fuck, I need more. And that's where I can see it gets addicting.
Right.
And then people, that's the hardest I've gone. I haven't gone to like meth and all that, but that's when people say, oh, you do crack or you do meth and all that. Well, it's like the buzz lasts like way longer and all that. I'm like, no, like, but it's no, I'm not doing that.
No.
Not shooting the moon.
No,
Not gonna
fuck.
be ending up on the corner here trying to
Fucking rocking.
smoke my crack rocks and shit.
Right.
What the fuck is that?
Is it me? Moving too much?
Maybe it's your phone. Did you get an update on your phone?
Wow, I can move it.
Yes.
I don't think it was.
That's the only time I've heard that is when a phone is like right
Oh,
by
that
the
could be.
table. Like
Nah,
Tim,
man, never
like
got-
Tim. He kept fucking Tim. Hey, Rich, hit us with that fucking segment. I'm just gonna bleed you in because you don't know when to fucking do it. No, hit the loop. Hit the loop. Hit the one shot. All right, now type Q so it comes up. Oh, is your keyboard not working? You got to hit the Q on the keyboard.
Q.
It looks like an O with a little squiggly line coming out the bottom of the box side of it.
Put your, you can't do it?
Nope.
Oh, that's gay.
Technical difficulties.
Again.
Oh, yeah, mine won't do it either. All right, just hit it and then mark the time, bro. Just on your little notepad. And then we can plug it in later.
My little notepad.
Yeah, your little note on your computer.
Oh, yeah.
Your text document.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at this guy.
Hey.
Fucking rookie over here. This is his second podcast.
Good help's hard to find.
Yeah. Grab a bottle of water while he does his segment.
It's time for your Mosh Pit Minute with Rich Cojones. Just in time.
All right, what do we got, Rich?
All right. We got Terror drops a surprise EP today. A new rarities EP called Sink to the Hell.
All right.
And then Metallica launches new edition of Monopoly board game.
I seen that.
That looks pretty cool. And then we got Nails. I'm sure people have heard Nails lost their 2 members out of the 3, but they said they are still releasing a new album, but searching for new members.
So the one guy, isn't it only a 3-piece band?
Yeah.
We're still releasing an album. Yeah, I seen they lost the guitarist, and then it was like 2 days later they lost, what was it, the drummer, I guess?
Yep.
I'm assuming it's most times it's the vocalist in the end, but actually lately it's the vocalist first one out for raping people.
Yeah, lately.
That was a fun time to be on Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah. How did it feel having that mantle of a vocalist during all this?
I don't give a
Are people gonna look at me different?
You know what I say? I say stupid shit into a microphone, and that's about the worst of it. I get fucking shit faced, and then I say stupid things, and then hopefully that's the worst thing I do on the.
Oh shit! I don't have any in here.
No, that was a lot of kerfuffle about that for
Yeah,
a hot
well, I
fucking
mean,
minute
it's still
there.
going on. I'm sure.
I'm
I'm sure it's still. I'm sure. Well, come on. There's obviously still ones out there.
Oh,
I don't
know.
follow it that much either. I'm too much involved in all this stuff to like be able to try to keep up with like the current rapies in the scene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I just.
The worst part for me is that like this guy in this band, and I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I don't know these guys. I mean,
Yeah. That was kind of how it was for me. I was like, I don't know. I don't even know any of these
it's like
people.
these dudes are huge. I'm like, I've never even heard of them, man. I don't know what's going on.
It's because
I'm old, dude. I mean, I'm not even like that
they're
old.
huge,
But I'm like,
but they're huge in like metal. Like you're not huge. You're just not.
Nope.
That's why, like, when you play metal music, you're not playing it to make money.
no.
No, that's what I mean. Unless you're leading the pack of Michigan talent, and you might go somewhere, and you might get on some regional tour or something, and you're still not going to make crap. You're not going to make crap until you can get millions of views or listens on like Spotify and shit.
And that's the hardest thing about music. I mean, and I think everybody kind of goes through that little thing where they're like, when they start the band, you start getting jamming and everything like that, and all of a sudden you're like, dude, we got something here.
Yeah.
We could go places. And then, of course, you get a couple of calls here and there. You might talk to some people, and you eventually, for me anyway, the dream was just like, it went away. You know, you just started coming to the realization that there's a lot of dudes doing what we're doing, and there's a lot of dudes that are doing a lot better than what we're doing. And let's just jam to jam. You know,
Right.
it's just we're not going anywhere. We're not going to get signed. We're not going to tour. You know, that those possibilities are completely gone. Even if we did have that ability, even if we were like that band,
Right.
we're at a point now where it's like it ain't that. No, that don't work.
Now it's just like, get us on some shows. Let's
Hey
have
man,
a good time.
let's jam. Let's
I don't
hang
care
out.
if I open, I play last. You know,
I prefer not to open, but hey, you know what? You play where you play,
Sorry, I
man.
said that.
You play where you play when you play.
I would rather open before playing last.
frankly.
Why? Fuck playing last unless
Last-
it's one of those places where you know people are going to be there.
Last sucks donkey cock. It
Oh, it
really does.
does.
It's so hard because by the end of the fucking night, dude. And the only time it was cool though at like Hamilton Street, they fucking did it super early because of obviously the COVID restrictions and stuff.
Oh yeah, your past show.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like the olden days of like, dude, you're getting done at like 1:45. Fucking every dude that's there is passed right the hell out. They're ready to go home. They've been out. You know, it's a hard gig, man, playing last.
Yeah.
And first
It
is it's got its own its own downfalls because you just never know if there's even going to be anybody there.
Yeah.
But the last,
That's what I mean. Like it's like you go into it playing last, you're like fuck.
right?
But when you first starting out, like it was like, oh, you want to play last. Like then you're kind of like headlining the night is what you think.
Right.
When you're naive, you don't know. You're like, oh, okay, whatever. Like cool, we get to play last. But every time not every time, but most times that you play last, it sucks.
Yeah.
Especially at a bar. Like, playing mulligans around here or something. Like, music's done at 1. Like, no, music should be done at like midnight.
Yeah, because I mean, by that
The
point,
latest.
people are still a little attentive. They're still a little rowdy. And yeah, that's
Not like, I mean, some people are pissed drunk by then, but
fuck.
not everybody is like,
everybody's
pissed drunk.
no, and it got to a point for us. Well, hopefully for us, but I know for me, you know what, man, just if I'm on the gig, that's sweet.
Yeah.
At least I got the opportunity to go play.
And hang out with like
yeah.
all the,
Be-
people
I'm
that you have
thankful-
commonalities.
I'm thankful for the opportunity. I'm thankful for wherever I get on that bill, and conduct ourselves as professionally as possible, so that
Right.
some of these bands may want to play with us again. Hey, we got on the stage in a timely manner. We did our gig. We were polite. We had a little fun. We got the fuck off the stage so the other guys could go do their thing. We stuck around. We support. Okay, cool. Now we got to go home. Some of us got to work. Some of us got other shit going on. Whatever.
right.
But try to do that whole, and I think that's the one thing that a lot of bands kind of miss out on. We found that out the old fashioned way. If you ain't gonna be there and be a decent human being, you ain't gonna be on time. You're gonna fuck around and try to be a prima donna. People ain't gonna want to play. They don't want to book you.
And nobody wants to play with you.
No.
So speaking of nobody wants to play with you, what do you think about like people coming out and saying like, fuck all these bands that are playing shows during this time? We'll remember. You.
Cool, man. Remember, hit us up on Facebook. Go ahead and smash that comment section. Send me some messages. Give us some mentions with some ats. That'd be sweet. You know what? The bars made the decision to open up their business to allow us to do something that we are passionate about,
Right.
would love doing, and people are starving for. And if people don't want to go, man, then don't go. If you have a problem with it, then you don't got to be there.
Right.
I mean,
it's true. Bars have to make money to stay open too.
Yeah, and I get safety protocols. Cool, man. Let's be safe. Let's be smart about shit. But to tell a business owner that maybe has invested their entire life savings into this business,
Yeah.
fuck you. You know what? You go ahead and close down. Lose everything you've ever had. I mean, there was a music store over on this side of the state. I think the dude had been in business for like 25 years. As soon as the first COVID lockdown hit, lost his whole business.
Yep.
Did it have to be that way? Could we not have approached it in a manner that we could have still been safe? We could have
Well,
been.
people will just blame Trump for that.
Yeah. Well, why wouldn't you? Orange man bad.
Well, that's what they do though. They say,
Yeah.
oh well, couldn't we handle this another way? Well, Trump.
He let the states dictate their own actions.
I know that. It's like, why doesn't anybody like you just headline grab and read and like I can't keep up with
No.
it all either. Like I was saying earlier, but I can at least I'll at least click on the article. Oh, okay, this is what he actually said,
Right.
or this is what they actually mean.
And it's not just him. I mean, to be clear, I mean, I voted for the dude because
I did
because
too
in my
2016, I did.
because in my eyes he was the better choice between the two of them, and I wasn't like one of those dudes that was totally like Trump said this, that's perfect, that's great, that's the greatest thing
Yeah,
anybody's
no,
ever said in
there
the
is
world.
some-
There's some shit the dude says that I'm like, whoa, step the fuck back, man. What the hell are you
Yeah.
talking about? But there's a lot of things that he did that he said he was going to do, and I was cool with that. When COVID broke out, he said exactly what was going to happen, and it's
Right.
exactly what happened. They used him as a scapegoat.
right.
Could he have done shit better? Absolutely. Tell you what, man. You go be the fucking president of the United States during the pandemic, and you tell me how you're going to run it differently, and see what it turns out to.
Right.
You get thrown into a situation like that, dude. And I mean, even the governor, who I don't agree with at all, it's a shit situation to be in. So I'm sympathetic to that cause. But that's the spot you wanted, man.
Yeah, you wanted to be in that spot. in case shit hits the fan.
You wanted that spot for both him and her.
The only thing I would blame, I would say Trump really fucked up on is that if they were going to do some sort of national shutdown, he should have pulled the trigger on it.
Yeah.
Because back in March, everyone would have been on, well, not everyone, but you would have had way more people on board with it. Yup, let's just do it right now, get it done and over with, and see if we can kill this shit.
If I remember correctly, though, I think they said the data didn't require that. You know,
But I'm just, right. But there was like, during that time in March, I was reading articles and stuff, should, there be a national shutdown? And I was one of the ones saying, yeah, just shut it down now. Now. We're all on board. I'm on board. Yeah, it's scary. We don't know shit about it. There's not enough data.
Right.
That's okay. Let's just shut it down now. And then if you shut mostly everything down, then mostly everybody's affected, and then mostly everybody can climb out of it together. That's how you keep everybody together, is you just say, okay, we're all going to do this. This is a national shutdown.
I was so blasé to the whole thing. It didn't matter one way or the other to me. If we were going to fucking go to work, I'm going to go to fucking work.
Right.
If we were going to shut the fucker down, all right, man, if that's what I got to do, that's what I got to do. Am I going to be happy about it? No. Am I going to say stupid shit on Facebook? Of course I am. That's who I am.
That's what Facebook is for.
But you know what? At the end of the day,
to blurt out your stupid shit.
Yeah, if they told me that I had to stay the fuck home, I guess I'm going to stay the fuck home. All right, yeah, you fucking going to pay my bills then.
Right.
I'd have figured it out, but we didn't. And again, I don't know what the fucking right course of action was. I didn't run, I ain't no fucking doctor. I got friends that are doctors. And for a long time there, we couldn't get two physicians to agree on anything. I mean, there was guys coming out putting YouTube videos on saying this is a really good way to fucking get this to slow down, and then there's a whole host of other people going, those guys are fucking they're idiots. They don't know what they're talking about. Nobody could agree on anything. The CDC says, well, we should wear masks, and then they say, lay people really don't need to wear it. Professionals should wear the mask. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, you should wear masks. And then it's like, well, this piece of fucking napkin works as a mask, and it'll stop everything. I mean, there's dudes fucking spray painting cars right now somewhere in a fucking body shop in the state of Michigan wearing fucking full-blown respirators, and that particle is significantly larger than that of COVID.
Right.
But my fucking, my T-shirt that I'm going to string over my nose today is going to save somebody's life. Maybe it does. I don't know. It became to that point where it's like, well, this will work. And you're like, okay, if it works, cool, man. Show me that it works.
And I think, Fauci fucked that up too and came out and lied first. Said, no, nobody needs a mask. I don't think you really need it. And then all of a sudden turns around, what was it, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks later and says, yeah, everybody needs a mask.
And
then you got the people at the CDC like, showing you how to make a mask at home and all this other shit.
Right.
It's like, dude, like.
And I know PPE was impossible to get. I mean, we couldn't get PPE at my work. Everybody was running out of PPE because the first priority for PPE was going to all of the healthcare, everybody in healthcare to keep them healthy and safe, which, cool, absolutely. But I mean, if the masks really were what we needed and there was a specific type of mask, wow, man, there should have been all hands on deck to get that.
Rich, pull up my Facebook profile for that video on this computer so we can watch it. So there's this video I seen Wood TV8, so it's like your WNEM5 going over there, and it's a fucking, you remember the drug commercials where you'd have like the kid on the couch and he's like completely flat, because he smoked pot or whatever.
Look like an inflated, like a deflated balloon.
Yeah, well, check this shit out. I think it's gonna play through the speakers out here if he gets it.
I've got the HIV.
I know, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah. There was
dude, it's wear a mask, don't gather, and have you gotten your results yet? Mom's typing. Dude, it's ridiculous how they're trying to make that shit.
There's a bulletin board. There's a billboard on the way here today, and it's got pictures of dudes partying and said COVID or Rona wants a drink too.
Rona wants a drink too.
And there's a fucking dude sitting there with a fucking Corona thing behind him, and fucking like got his arm around him. I'm like,
oh my god, dude! It's just, I don't know. I was hearing it a lot when it first started to, get ready for the new normal and all this stuff. I don't like hearing that. I don't like that. Like, ready for the new normal. And then people will say that, and then they'll say, well, remember the Spanish flu? was there a new normal after the Spanish flu? Because I think
Right.
everybody went back to how it was.
The fuck was that, like 1918?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is crazy. Have you ever seen pictures of it?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of crazy to look and you see like they're on the pitching mound. Like I seen one of a baseball player and he's got like this big black mask on as he's like on the pitcher's mound and shit. It's kind of weird to think about how, I don't know, just that happening in 1918. I don't know, it's just anything in 1918. Try to bring yourself to 1918. It's just fucking weird. Anyways.
Nothing
And then-
nothing that they experienced back then will we ever even
Yeah.
contemplate at this point in life, just
Right.
because of the advancements in everything. I mean, people died from fucking all kinds of stuff.
All
back
kinds
then.
of shit.
The weird, like, oh well, Jimmy's coughing. Well, we better call the fucking gravedigger.
Yeah.
You know, we don't
Send
know
him
what
to
it
the
is.
TB unit. He's
Could-
got the tuberky.
I got the black lung.
He's got the tuberky, man. He's done.
And I don't know.
Give him some fresh air. That's how they used to treat that. They're like, well, we'll just open all the windows.
Or they
They
send him
need
to,
fresh air.
send him to Kellogg for a fucking yogurt enema.
I know, dude.
I can't remember what the name of that movie was, but that fucking. Oh my god, I remember that.
It's
I am of the mindset that this is obviously serious. It's not.
yeah.
It's not a hoax like everybody said that's what he told us it was. It's obviously serious. People have died from it. I understand that. I'm not the kind of guy that wants to live the rest of my life paranoid about something that I literally cannot control.
Yeah.
I can wear a mask.
That's the thing.
I can wear a mask every fucking day. I could be around you every day and you're wearing a mask. And one of us can still fucking get it.
Yep.
What am I supposed to do? You know, am I supposed to completely upend my entire life, stop everything, not go to work, not go get groceries so I can feed my kids, not stop and get gas so that I can actually have a means of getting back and forth to work? Or can I do that shit and be precautious?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, if we can agree that we can do that, then fine. If you're scared of it, man, if it bothers you, if you lost somebody you love and because of it it's changed your entire viewpoint, I totally understand that.
Right. So you use a hand sanitizer after you use a gas pump?
No.
Oh shit! So you're not even following your own thing, man.
I don't have any. I got it at home.
Yeah. No. Yeah. My wife she was like one of the first ones out there. She wore a mask. You know.
Yep.
She works in the health field though, so she's wore them, and she went out there. She was wearing a mask, and I was like, I said, sooner or later, this was back in like March, April. I said, you know, everybody was kind of looking at you kind of weird.
Yep.
I said, soon it's going to be everybody's looking at you weird if you're not wearing one.
And that's how it
And
is.
that's what's scary.
Yeah.
And that's how it is.
And that's how it
now.
is now.
And that's why I feel the way I do about it, because I said, that's scary. It shouldn't be looked at as weird.
And that's what I said when I came in the basement. I don't wear a mask for me.
Yeah.
I'll wear a mask for the old bastard or the old lady that's going to get in my face for not wearing a mask.
Right.
Just because I don't need that fucking bullshit in my life. You know what? If I see a dude at the grocery store and he ain't got a mask on, all right,
Whatever.
cool, man. That dude over there, he's got a mask on. You know what? Cool, man. Whatever. Do what you think is right. You know,
Right.
if the state tells me I got to do it, okay, whatever.
Right.
Am I going to like it? Fuck no, I ain't going to like it. Am I going to be pissed off about it? Fuck yeah, I'm going to be pissed off about it. But at the end of the day, I got to get fucking groceries, man. You know,
yeah.
I
And
gotta
I
go to
ain't
work.
looking for a problem.
No.
So I'm just going to wear it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it sucks.
That's what I mean. That's why I say, you know, well, just fucking wear it, because it's not worth the fucking hassle of like, oh, I'm going to the store and everybody gives me motherfucking shit. I'm gonna fucking telling them. I'm gonna tell them, and that's all it is. The whole way you get to the grocery store, I'm gonna tell them.
Where was that one dude that fucking got stabbed? Fucking walked in there and
Yeah,
some
I
dude
remember that.
didn't have a fucking mask on or some shit like that, and the dude fucking stabbed. I can't remember if that's the exact story. So
No, I remember that happening.
it wasn't
I'm sure there was a lot of that happening everywhere.
it was a lot. You know, I think it was over on this side of the state even.
Yeah.
You know, and they ended up killing the guy in the middle of a residential neighborhood because he attacked the cop. You know, obviously the dude was unhinged,
Right.
but that was the mentality. If you see people without a mask,
Yeah, you fucking tell them.
you fucking get them. You tell them motherfuckers Big Gretch sent you. You know.
Or just
Did you see the recent one? Dude, she looks like she's trying to become a Sith Lord. Like, I don't know where she got that fucking top at.
what?
Have you seen her, like, recent post?
No.
Like, she did, oh my God, dude, like, it looks like she's trying to be fucking Kylo Ren.
We should look it up.
It's
Rich.
fucking hilarious.
We should just look up recent pictures of her. Yeah, no, I like the one that I seen recently. It was the meme about her and Caitlyn Jenner. And I'm like, holy shit!
Did you see the one with her? She's just a shinier Lord Farquaad. No. There's one out there where there's Lord Farquaad.
Oh yeah.
She's just a shiny
Lord
one.
Farquaad. Yep. From
Yeah,
Shrek.
her and fuck.
Sure.
Was it the Caitlyn Jenner one, or was it the Jenner one where he says if you guys keep posting this shit, I'll cancel Christmas? Yeah. There was some going around where she was the Grinch, the Gretch that stole Christmas.
The Gretch, the Gretch who stole Christmas.
Oh, stretching Gretchen.
Damn.
I will never forget the fucking story of her fucking husband calling up north to fucking get calls a boat launch, and wants to get his boat in the water because they had opened up north where they just so happened to have a cabin.
Right.
And they calls where they got their boat livery at, and hey, well, can I get my boat in the water? The guy's like, hey man, the governor just allowed us to do this shit. We're 3 weeks behind. It's like, well, would it help if I said I'm the husband of the governor? And the guy's like, not at all. You're in the back of the line.
Ah, damn, that's true.
That's true. They interviewed the guy. The guy says, yep, he called here. This is what he said. Gretchen denied, and then like a week.
Rich, look it up.
And then
check that.
And then like a week later, like she came out and said, well, my husband was kidding when he said that, and
Oh my goodness.
deny. Okay,
Yeah.
there's absolutely proof of this now. They found vehicles.
He
that
tried throwing out that G card.
Oh
the
yeah,
governor card.
I'm an important individual. Can you?
I could totally see Kamala Harris's husband doing that shit. Have you seen her husband?
No, I haven't. Isn't
Dude,
that?
he's some white. He looks like he's either like a white guy or some Cuban guy or something. I don't know. He's like, and he just looks like he'd be one of those guys who'd be like, well.
We need to get our tinfoil hats ready for this segment if we're gonna
shit.
do that.
Oh,
Because let me tell you what my thoughts on that are.
all right. We're gonna make tinfoil hats now.
All right, let's get our hats.
All right, it says Whitmer faces backlash over husband's failed attempt at humor, in quote, about their boat.
Oh really? Oh yeah. Fucking bastards.
It's all fun and games until somebody actually tells the news about it, and then all of a sudden you're like,
That was a joke.
we were just kidding. No, but I mean, like, there was I can't remember. It was on Instagram the other day, and this guy had posted a video of all these like state governors and shit like that talking about you can't have all these people over at your house for Thanksgiving, and you can't be going out to these parties. And was it the guy in Los Angeles, the mayor of Los Angeles? We'll turn off your water. We'll cut your power if you're having Thanksgiving parties. And this dude films all these different, like all these people having these conversations, and then they're caught later out like at social gatherings and shit like that. And he made this huge post about it. I shared it on Facebook.
It's like that dude with the dude in California that just got busted doing that shit too.
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh, I thought it was gonna be outdoors."
Yeah.
And it's like,
And he's clearly sitting in a fucking restaurant.
what is that fucking guy's name? Look up the governor of California too. I fucking forget his name.
I hate that state. I mean, I've never even been there, and I'm sure it's got
Guy's a
great people.
fucking
It's got
douche,
great
man.
people, but I like if there was a state I would never visit, it's got to be California
Yeah.
or Illinois. It's a toss up. The governor of fucking was it the mayor of Chicago? Have you seen that Beetlejuice looking motherfucker?
No.
Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom.
Newsom.
That fucking slime ball.
Fuck that
Doesn't
guy.
he just sound like a slick
Newsom,
snail piece of shit?
God, Newsom. That's like Duke. It sounds like Nukem.
Duke Nukem.
Duke Nukem.
That was the first VR game I played as a kid.
I came here to kick ass and chew bubble gum and go to parties when other people weren't allowed to. No, just the hypocrisy. That's the thing. If they were practicing
that water.
wrong pipe, not a water bong, man. If they practiced what they preached, I mean, if this is the end times, man. This is we're a few steps away from fucking living in The Walking Dead. That's what this was when we all started. This is apocalypse. People were hoarding everything. I mean, even shit that you would normally not go and purchase at a store is being hoarded.
I know, man.
Like people are like fucking buying, like it was black market toilet paper going on.
Yeah, dude.
You still cannot find ammunition. Like I can't find. Like I'm glad I don't own a fucking 9mm because you ain't finding that shit anywhere.
If you do, it's expensive as
It's
fuck.
yeah, well, yeah, because
Or if
they're
you go
fucking-
exploring in an abandoned prison, you find.
What?
Yeah.
9? What'd you find?
What were they? What caliber were they? They were
can't remember.
Winchester.
I'm pretty sure they were for an AK, or not AK,
But who knows what else could have been in there?
Oh my god.
AR.
When
it was crazy. We found it.
When we get done with this, I need to know the address for the location. That's probably somebody's fallback position, and you guys were just out and about. Fucking found
No,
it.
it was crazy because I guess I'll say this because we went in and there was like bullet shells all over all the ground and shit. We're like, what the fuck was going on in here? Who would be coming out here? First of all, who'd be coming out here to like explore and stuff, or like just go in some abandoned prison and start shooting your gun? Obviously, people are gonna know you're there,
Right.
So then we started seeing all like the targets, and they're like the cop targets where it's got the girl like this and stuff. And then they had like a training area. So they had like police. We were told, because we had a little inside scoop on this place because we know somebody that's been there. We were told that it was like a fireman's training. And there's a couple cottages on the property. It was a pretty big place.
Yeah.
Multiple buildings. And they did firemen went out there to train. And I was like, oh, that's kind of weird.
Training in a live fire situation.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, whatever. So if we seen like the certain truck with a trailer there, then you know the groundskeeper's there, and
Right.
like, okay. So we didn't see any of that. But so then when we went in there, I'm like, no, this ain't fireman training. This is police training.
Yep.
They're bringing police out here, and they're running simulations going through a building, and they have the target set up, and then they have the little course with like the rope going through, and then you got to go up and under, and you got to shoot a guy here, shoot a guy there. Like this is like Call of Duty shit. Like when you
Nice.
start Call of Duty, and you can train.
Yep.
Yeah, it's exactly kind of how it was set up. And I'm like, holy shit. And then he found a box, and it had like at least, what, 9-10 rounds? or
9-10
something?
rounds in it.
It was like a half a box.
223 556.
I don't know what exactly. We got it on film. I haven't went through the film yet, but yeah, I was like,
Should have picked it up. That shit's
shit.
probably worth about 20
He
bucks.
did.
It's probably worth about
It's
20
at
bucks.
home.
Yeah, put
Yeah.
it online.
That's what I said, dude. I was like, that's a gold right now.
20
bro.
bucks. Fuck yeah. I
People
mean,
will buy that shit.
oh, fuck yeah. Everybody. I mean, right now, gun stores are getting people into their store because they're like, we got in 2 cases of 223. And every dude and their brother's fucking rushing there and buying it out.
So I was gonna purchase a gun, and I was going to take classes to learn how to use my gun. I was gonna get a handgun for just home protection when we first got pregnant.
Yep.
And I was like, I feel like we should have something in the house, just in case something happens. Like when it's just us two here, it's different. I said, but we're bringing our child here. I feel like we need something. So I went there and I looked at one. I talked to a guy here, and I scheduled a class, a date to go like purchase the gun and then take classes and shit. I kind of got it all booked up. I didn't pay for anything yet though. And then some shit happened with the truck, and I'm like, we still need to get this gun, so I should do this. I'll put it on the credit card. No. So we ended up not getting it. Here we are, 2020, and she's like,
Good luck.
she's like, I think we should get a gun.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, there ain't no ammo.
No.
There ain't no ammo.
You get
Like,
by-
yeah, I'd totally be down with getting one. Like, you can, but I mean, we can go get one, but
You'd
you'd
be throwing the gun at him.
exactly like a pistol whipping everybody. Like, like it's not.
Like when it first started, I remember they were talking about the shutdown, and I'm like, you know what? I don't necessarily need ammo, but I'd like to go to Cabela's. I'm gonna go to Cabela's. I'm gonna see if I can pick up some 5.56, 223.
That was like the last place to let make you wear masks.
Well, yeah, and they're most. Well, I think Menards started early. Like convenient.
Menards started fucking real early.
Most
around
convenient.
here.
Most convenience stores still kind of do and don't, and then you don't really know. But and I remember I went in there, and it was like I could tell that there were other people that had already had this idea, because by the time I got there, it was slim pickings, and I just so happened to have a couple of rifles at the time. That I was like, hey, perfect. They got this ammo that I need, and I picked up a couple of boxes. And by the time I got back home, and I was telling a couple of buddies, where the fuck you find that, man? I got it at Cabela's. By the time they went back, I mean, it was empty shelves as far as I could see. I mean, like ammunition and rounds that typically wouldn't probably sell out. I mean, I know that they're out there and they're plentiful, but it typically doesn't just rush off the shelf. It's not a common 9, 40, 45, 22 caliber, 223, 5.56, whatever.
You got your ones that are normally in stock, no matter what.
And I mean, everything was
everything's gone.
Everything. It was just, and I was like, well, it'll get restocked. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Well, then the election started rolling around, and that uncertainty of exactly what's going to happen.
Oh, and the riots, and,
exactly.
and all the shit going on with that, and George Floyd happening, and everybody's like
And
still purchasing ammo as soon
yeah.
as it comes in.
And I absolutely am not an antagonist. I'm not the guy that's gonna go running through a blockade. But you know what, man? If shit hits the old fan, well, I'm in my vehicle. I'm gonna be ready. That was my mindset on it. So when I went out and all the shit's going down, just want to make sure I got my little security blanket right here, just in case shit happens in the grocery store, when I'm out and about in town. Because, dude, I remember the big joke used to be, people were like, well, what kind of a fucking pussy needs a gun when he goes grocery shopping, man? You fucking that scared of everything? And then it wasn't fucking 2 days later, some dude walks into a Walmart and starts fucking killing dudes. And then it happens at another one. And I'm like...
And then there was a story about that it did happen. He pulled out a gun, and then another guy that had a gun.
Correct. Yeah.
Got him.
Movie theaters. Why you need a gun in a movie theater? How many times have guys walked into a darkened room theater and just opened up on
There was
people?
that one guy, that one.
Texas, I think it happened one time.
Yeah, that really bad. It was during the Dark Knight. Mm-hmm. That one was a while ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
Dude, it happens all the time, man.
the thing.
It happens.
The thing for me was that it's something I hope I never have to do, but if the time arises that I need to do it, I want to be capable of doing it. Right. That was how it was for me. It wasn't like, I'm not fucking John Wayne. I ain't fucking Bruce Willis. I ain't running around there with guns fucking blazing and looking to cause problems. When I got mine on me, nobody knows I got it on me. It's concealed. It's there just for that big what if that it was intended to be there for my protection. If they're going to, if something bad is going to go down, I want the absolute best opportunity for me to protect myself and my children. And that is the best opportunity for me, in my eyes.
So why do people blow out a gun?
I don't know. Because it looked cool?
Does it look cool?
I'm guessing.
Because guns don't smoke, right?
Maybe back in the day they used to, based on the powder they were using for their, for the gunpowder.
Yeah.
But I mean, it has no other purpose other than to look cool.
Me and the Nagazi guys were talking about that because I did that, and then they're like, "Well, guns don't smoke," and I'm like, "I don't know. Every movie you watch that." Old westerns and shit.
Yeah, it would all depend on, like I said, it's got to depend on the powder they're shooting. Yeah. Like, you sure as fuck ain't cooling the barrel down. I mean, if you fucking shoot the gun one time, your barrel didn't heat up.
Yeah.
But I mean, even like a regular rifle. Like,
first time I shot a fucking gun, he was like, "No, you don't need headphones for this." Dude, my fucking ears were ringing all day. Dude, I was so nervous to shoot that gun.
What was it?
I don't remember. It was just a handgun.
Oh,
he's like, it's fine. It's just, I forget. It was God damn it, Smith & Wesson something. So that doesn't tell you anything. It just tells you the brand.
Right.
But it was a handgun, and because again, I'm not a gun guy.
Hey,
I wasn't like Googling over it, like, what kind of barrel do you have on this? I'm not barrel on a handgun. See. Anyways, yeah, I shot that.
Handguns have barrels.
Okay. I shot this motherfucker, dude. My ears were ringing all fucking day, dude. And I was so nervous at the kickback.
Yep.
That's what I was so nervous about. And I don't know why. I was like, yeah, I'll shoot it. I've never shot a gun. And then I got it, and then I was like, oh, fuck. Like, how
it's
is this going to go back like that? Am I going to drop it? Am I like, one of those things where, you hit it, and you're like, ugh. You just, I don't know what my immediate reaction is going to be. Of course, I shot it, and it was fine, but...
Fear is a great tool. Fear is a great safety tool. It really is. Mm-hmm. For most people, for me, when I started shooting, fear of, hey, I'm carrying a deadly weapon, just taking the precautions of hey, what could happen, and thinking it through before you fire the trigger. And that's exactly what they teach you, like when you take your hunter safety courses or your handgun training courses. Know your target, know where you're shooting at, all that shit. And just as soon as it went off, I'm like, okay. It ain't so bad. And then I want to do it again,
Yeah.
And I like shooting shotguns, long guns, pistols. My 45 claps loud, and it's not even that big a gun. I mean, I got a compact 3.3 inch, and it doesn't look like it's much, but man, it's fucking loud. You don't put headphones on, you'll be ringing.
Yeah.
My rifles are the same way. Well, before I lost them in that boating accident.
How did that happen?
Well, it didn't really happen. The gun community lost my guns in a boating accident is essentially a layman's terms for, a fancy way of saying I shall not comply. So when Senor Biden takes over,
okay,
Mister, we're gonna tax your firearms. We're gonna tax your magazines that are larger than normal capacity. Yeah. Well, I don't have any. I lost them in a boating accident.
How many boating accidents did we have?
There's going to be a fuck ton of them. I mean, at least what they say, there's 383 million firearms in the U.S., something like that. 363 million. 300. I ran the math on it one day, and I think I averaged if every person owns 7 firearms, it's like 63 million people at 7 firearms. Now, you got your occasional folks that might just go buy themselves a pistol for protection, and that's the only gun they're ever going to buy. But then you got your other guys out there that are collectors, and they might own 30, 40, 50 firearms.
Or they're upgrading. And,
Right. So you just figured, somewhere in between. It's like 63 million people. Could be a lot of boating accidents.
Yes.
And not all of
How
them.
many do
And
we
not,
have this year?
yeah, and to get my paranoid theories out of the way, not all of them fit the criteria of what they're talking about, but the ones that they're really looking at are, the scary black guns. Those are the ones that they're really worried about with the magazines and the collapsible stocks and all that kind of stuff. So,
Well, what the fuck do you know?
man, that's a tinfoil.
Well,
hat
what the
for
fuck
another
do
day.
you know?
You never know, man.
Well, what the fuck do you know?
Well,
What are we doing?
what the fuck do you know?
What the fuck do you know?
I don't know a hell of a lot. I know that.
We're going to learn some stuff.
Sweet.
Why don't you pull up that?
Well,
WTF?
It's like when you're lagging on Xbox Live.
Well,
It's like,
what
fuck.
the fuck do you know?
So this article is a face mask may turn up a male wrinkle-faced bat's sex appeal. That's really hard to say.
It seems like a sentence that's missing some
It does. It's missing some sort of punctuation.
punctuation, a comma.
So we're going to read through the article, and normally that would be really, really fucking boring just to read the article. So we have like other music to help us read this article too. If you'd like to cue that music, Sir Richard. That's what I'm going to call you now. Sir Richard. Sex appeal. Would you like to read the first paragraph, or would you like me to go first?
I could read the first one if you'd like.
That sounds great.
For tips on how to flirt while wearing a mask, take notes from nature's experts, male wrinkle-faced bats. The first video of a wrinkle-faced sexual encounter shows a male covering his face with a mask-like flap of skin while wooing, and then, at a strategic moment, dropping the mask.
Even the basics of how bats mate, whether a male stakes out territory and advertises, or females just shop among a crowd of show-offs, remain a mystery in more than 90% of the world's 1,400 bat species, says mammalogist Bernal Rodriguez Herrera of the University of Costa Rica, San Jose. So it was a stroke of luck with a tip from Nature Guides in 2018 led him to the first scientific observations of courtship in one of the more elusive bats in the Western Hemisphere's tropics, the wrinkle-faced bat, Centuro senex.
Your Latin is spot on. Males, but not females, grow loose folds of mostly white fur below their chin that looks like a pulled down neck gaiter. How bad did the person writing that want to say foreskin? How bad? How bad did they want to say foreskin? A male can use his skinny thumbs to tug the fur. They wrote this with a straight fucking face, too. You know it. This guy's like, this is science, man. This isn't funny. A male can use his skinny thumbs to tug the fur flap up over his chin and mouth. That is huge foreskin, dude, if you're getting it over your fucking face and chin and mouth. Jesus.
It doesn't seem likely that only males will need covers for chilly chins. Single sex excesses often are for showing off like peacock feathers fanned out in competition for female favor. Now a lucky first look at a wrinkle-faced courtship suggests that the mask somehow play into a wooing competition. Rodriguez Herrera, college reporter, number 11 in PLOS1.
For weeks, researchers watched male bats convene in the forest from about 6 p.m. until midnight, hanging upside down in particular spots with their masks on. Other bats occasionally flap close briefly. Researchers couldn't tell why.
We ran out of music.
We read that too smooth in 2 sections.
Took it slow.
I just want to say this: the dangling males. It turned out we're singing. Oh my god, that was good. That was fucking good. Good song choice on that, Rich. Gotta give you props.
Should have went with the brow chicken brown cow. Like I can't tell if they're gonna read a news article or if they're gonna break into casting couch. This is fucked up, man.
I'll take a quick break because I got pissed really bad for some reason. You got to pee?
Yeah.
It's nice to set the phone down and not look at it for more than for like 2 hours or
Right.
whatever at a time. It's like, damn.
I watch a lot of streamers now, so it's like I'm usually watching that on my time off, or
Right.
even when I'm like walking around the house. Got something playing in the background on the phone. So it's nice.
Right.
It's nice to throw it down sometimes, but then you pick it up and there's like a bunch of messages like, "Oh my God, where are you?" You're right.
Yeah.
Luckily, it wasn't any of those. It's
Right.
band stuff. The guys are having practice tonight, and I think.
Yeah. Should be.
I think.
I think Brant was a little concerned about that.
Hopefully, they're working on new tracks because that was really the focus after the last gig. It's like, all right, man, let's new shit from here on out.
Yeah,
let's
new
just
stuff.
Get a couple new tracks going. Oh, you got something fresh. So hopefully they're working on that today.
The new merch,
Yeah,
designs and stuff.
The
That
new-
sucked. I couldn't get one. You don't even have one yet.
I don't fucking have one either. I'm sure there's a couple dudes there. I think Gary's got one already, and then a couple of the other guys
It's a
that got
sweet
them.
design. Who'd you go through?
We ended up using Justin over at Hadley Inc. It's
Okay,
crazy.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be coming on.
Justin Allen.
Yep.
Fuck that guy.
That's
Justin,
going to be great.
I don't know, man. Justin and I get along really well. I think because we're both equally sarcastic.
Right.
And
Oh,
you know
great
what?
to know.
Props to that dude on the book. On his success with that book. Vera, I think is what it's called.
Yep.
Which is a story about a woman surviving in northern Michigan with her cousin Aloe.
I should have my copy. It should be upstairs right now.
Totally
or-
missed my aloe vera joke. God damn it! I set that up perfectly. God damn it! Come on, man. No, man. I'm just super.
I don't even. What was it?
Aloe vera, man. It's a
Oh,
story
yeah,
about a
aloe
woman
vera.
named Vera, and she's in the Upper Peninsula trying to survive with her cousin named Aloe. Aloe vera. That's probably absolutely not even remotely close to what the book is about, but I saw Vera, and that's the first thing that popped in my head is aloe vera. I'm like, I'm gonna make a joke.
damn.
That's gonna be great. And then
yeah.
Justin's gonna come on here and he's gonna shit talk me, and it's gonna be great.
It's like a book title where you're kind of like when I seen it, I was like, Vera?
Yeah.
And then you see like the art. So then it almost like makes you like, I have to
Like I gotta know
have
what
to
this is
read
about.
the back.
Right.
Now I have to flip it over.
Yep.
Some books you can just look at,
Right.
especially if you're shopping online, you're not buying it. Like
Well, see, that's why
Barnes
they
and
came up
Noble.
with the old saying years ago: is you never judge a book by its cover.
Right.
But I think what they did with that book, and again, I'm not huge into literary works and things like that. I'm not a big reader, but I think
Right.
they did a great job of hooking people. I think with the cover being it's kind of obscure. It kind of gives you like a little bit of
obscure.
mystery, like what is going on. So I think it's going to entice a lot of people to actually pick it up. So kudos to him and his sister. I think they co-wrote that.
Yep.
Awesome to see somebody that we know kind of having a little bit of success there.
Yeah,
and I give Tim a lot of shit. So I guess now that we're on this whole patting people on the back, motherfucker. Tim and I have had this relationship for years where I love him. I love him to fucking death.
Yeah.
But I will rip Tim at any given point. For any reason, it's just our thing.
Yeah.
And the dude takes it. He is a champ. And the success those guys have had in From Blue to Gray, and obviously I think they did a tour a couple years ago. Got that new album coming out, I believe. I know they just did a new release. I can't remember if it was a whole album piece or if it was just a single.
Just a single, but they're hitting the studio soon.
And it sounds like that's really taken off. Sounds like they got a pretty big thing going on right there. Kudos to those dudes.
Joe's great on vocals too.
Hell yeah, the dude's a giant. Can we?
He's a fucking Neanderthal.
He is fucking giant. I mean, he's like a fucking ice giant. I mean, the dude's beard is like fucking 40 feet long. He's got to
If
be.
you
60.
dug up his skeleton, you'd be like, "Whoa,
Oh my god,
how fucking old is it?"
this is what the dinosaurs were scared of. Yeah. The dude, but no,
He killed dinosaurs.
He he's got such a good presence too. Like,
Yeah.
like
Well, he's got like that intimidating. He can have an intimidating presence, but yet he's really not.
no, he's just a super cool dude,
Yeah.
super chill. And then also, you know, Jeff and the boys over in Morningwood. I mean, a sleepless phallus. I mean, a sleepless malice.
Oh, yeah.
A sleepless phallus. Morningwood. Jeff loves that joke. Those dudes, I think, on their first week sold like 3,000, 6,000, some fucking like massive amount of fucking copies when they just
Jeez.
released theirs. And you know, huge props to those dudes. Just
Really?
it's so cool
Now,
seeing.
weren't they about to call it quits?
I don't really know. I think they had lost. God damn.
I think they.
I don't know the story well
I
enough.
think they were, but then they just decided to come back because they lost some members.
I think
wanted
so.
to go,
But like
life.
fuck, life happens, man. But like I said, it's so cool, dudes. That I've played shows with Jeff. I can't even remember the first band I met him at, and just years we played shows with him. Tim, I think, came to our Amon Amarth show, and that was like one of his introductions into it. And it's always humbling when those guys say, "Yeah, I was there with you guys when you
Right.
guys were doing this," or they remember back when you were playing with them. And it's just, obviously, those guys did it on their own. It's their success, but it's just cool to be able to say that I can go back and look at it and say I played with those guys back when they were just doing the same shit we're doing now,
Right.
and I remember when those guys were starting out. And it's cool to be around for that long, to be able to see those guys grow, to be able to see those guys maybe make it.
Right.
They got the
Maybe.
chance. They got the chance now. They got that.
But again, we're all playing metal here.
fuck yeah.
So.
But hey, you know what, man? Lamb of God's making a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, they are.
I mean,
yeah,
they
you
had enough
have
money-
that chance. There's that slim chance that you can break through.
They had enough money to break that dude out of a Czech prison. I mean,
no shit. No shit.
could you imagine fucking spending that much time in a fucking Czech
Fuck
prison,
no,
dude?
I listened to like that locked up abroad shit, man. Like fuck
it
all those.
made it out of there
foreign
alive.
prisons,
I mean, dude, just
fuck them all.
That's life altering.
Well, that's like kind of for me, like you and Hokori were the reason that I first got on the stage. Like we just like Jordan, I think is the one that called Mole or something. He had the number on the flyer and shit.
Yeah.
He's like, well, let's just see. I'm like, fuck it, let's see. I mean, maybe we're not as heavy as they are, because that's when I said you guys are really, when I seen you live and when we played the show, were really what brought me more into like death metal and into the vocal scene more. And I'm just like, well, we're not that heavy, but maybe. And you guys are like, fuck yeah, for an opener, And then we played. We didn't have lyrics, but for one song. And then afterwards, like you got on. You're like, I don't know. You said something. What I remember specifically is you said, once you guys got vocals, you're more than welcome back on the stage. I'm like, damn. I was like, all right, we need to get vocals, man. You're gonna have to do vocals on all the rest of the songs.
Yo, he
He didn't want to do it. Like,
you know what though? But you got to get out there, and
that's what it was. Like, we just had to do it.
the craziest story I like to tell people, and it's Battlecross. I was there. Hokori and myself played Dirt Fest when Gumby was still in. Christ, I can't think of the name now. They were a Flint-based band, huge. I mean, these dudes were huge as far as like local bands go. Like, they had a great following, man. They had a good sound. They were playing main stage. We're in the middle. Next to us is Battlecross with their old vocalist. So there's Gumby on the right, and there's Battlecross on the left, and little old fucking us in the middle.
Yeah.
And years later, I look back on it, and I'm like, motherfucker, those dudes were there. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, that's crazy. You
got to play.
we were sandwiched between what eventually became Battlecross, and then those guys went on and toured and all that shit. And dude, some of the most laid back dudes you'll ever meet.
Right.
Like, we've played Detroit shows and shit, and those guys have come out and hung out. They weren't there to see us, but they were there supporting other bands and shit. Just really personable. Don, all those guys, just super easy to talk to.
Right.
You wouldn't have known they were a touring band. They didn't have huge heads. They were just super laid back, super chill, super easy guys to deal with.
Right.
So it's, like I said, in the 15 to 16 years we've been doing them, and that's what I take most out of it now. It's just, you see bands that, man, we've been playing with these guys for a long time, and then they get a chance, they got a break. Man, they might do something with this. I was there when they started, man. That's super cool.
Right.
To see the growth, and you're happy for them, because
Right.
we all know what the grind is. Some guys just, it's a weekend thing. Some dudes are doing this shit 3 days a week. You know, they're grinding on Friday, Saturdays, and maybe they're throwing in a Thursday gig somewhere. They're traveling all over hell, man. They're having a hard time getting from. They're grinding. And then all of a sudden, you see one of them pop out. You know, here's the mass. Here's the rest of us, and all of a sudden, one just comes flying out.
The biggest grinding band. I mean, you could say, you know, from Blue to Gray's been grinding and stuff too, but the one that always pops in my head the most is Nagazi.
Yeah.
Because them fuckers, you know, would just like, it wasn't what, like, when I first heard about them or met them, I mean, they just played everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They would play, even if it was Mount Pleasant, like, every weekend. It doesn't matter. Like, they're playing. And, like, you know, there's arguments either way for that. You don't want to oversaturate, but yet you want to get your name out there. And their argument was, you know, if we're playing a bar, maybe we already played that bar 2 times that month. But there's more than likely going to be some different people at that bar that night and that haven't heard us. And so what if the other regulars have,
Right.
you know, but we're just trying to get our name out there.
Yep.
I'm like, you know, I mean, and they did. And they are one of the ones that have popped up. And it's funny because 2 of them are right out of Mount Pleasant.
Right.
I wouldn't think Mount Pleasant right away.
It's a hotbed, man. Who knew it?
Yeah.
You know, you always thought you had to be from Detroit. You had to be from land. You had to be somewhere big. You had to be somewhere where there's this huge amount of people because, you know, obviously you get into smaller demographics. The number of people that are going to listen to the music that you want to play goes down because there's less people to draw that from. But then you fucking see, remember See You Next Tuesday, right out of Bay City. You know, they blew up. They had their minute, and then they were gone. But, you know, they grew up and sprung up real quick out of the scene, and then, you know, they were gone.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to see those littler markets really have a band that just has such a good sound or a good unique ability that just makes them jump up. I give Tim shit a lot. I don't like breakdowns, and he'll be like, "Man, I wrote this sweet song, but you're not gonna like it because it's got breakdowns." And honestly, I like what they do. You know, it ain't my style, and that's the one thing I've always tried to do is there may be a band that we play with, maybe their music doesn't hit me. It's not my sound.
Right.
But I like the dudes.
Right.
You know, I appreciate what they're doing. I respect what they're doing, and I like them as individuals. I'll play shows with them every day. You know, every time we get a chance to play a gig with them. But there's bands out there, man, that I just, oh, wow, dude. How
you don't have to like every band that you play with because, you know, if you like the dudes because, you know, if your music's close to enough in genre, it's not like big drastic. Most likely their fans are probably going to like, you know, your music too.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to like, you know, you don't have somebody that's just, I only like deathcore.
Right.
That's it. No thrash, no nothing. Just deathcore. I mean, maybe you got a few of those, but most likely they're going to like death metal too.
Yep.
Or, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. That's
Tim,
what I'm
trying to say, Tim, is that I don't like your sound.
It doesn't hit me here.
The rest of the band, however, man, I feel it. But Tim, I don't know, man. It's just something about that guy.
They could just do something with that last root and just pluck it.
If you could do something
just
different,
leave David there.
If you could maybe go play like the fucking triangle or something, like maybe get a xylophone or something, Tim. It's cowbell. I don't know. I ain't feeling you on the strings. I just ain't feeling it, buddy.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, though. Is like you don't have to like every band. Like if I'm playing, there's plenty of times I played with just straight deathcore, guttural, dun, and I went and smoked a cigarette. You know, you know, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stay out here for a few of their songs and shit, and then I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette, and you know, I'm not gonna be right there the whole time because I totally dig the music.
Yeah,
guys are cool. Like, we're all cool. I just can't get into that. But so I'm going to support, you know, a few songs. Then I'm going to smoke cigarette.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, it's you can't like everything you hear. Nobody does. No. And it's like I said, the thing. I
think that's a big problem, though. It's like with the local scene, like it's like everybody's circle jerking each other. It's like a big ass circle jerk sometimes.
Sometimes,
you know, especially. I mean, maybe over here, I guess more so from my experience on that side of the state. But it's just like, yeah, buddy, awesome, you do. Oh, you got on that show. Oh, I love your music. I love your music. Support this. Support this.
Right.
I love this music. It's just everybody's just like,
and it's so hard. And see, now it's like I had a dream I was skiing. It's so hard. It's so hard to like, give a genuine compliment now because, like, you know, the old fucking montage. Hey, man, great set.
Great set.
Great set.
Great
when
set,
literally
bro.
I'm trying to fucking tell this guy, man,
set.
dude, even if I didn't dig what you were doing, man, I liked the way you were doing it. You know,
Yeah.
man, you guys showed up, man. You had great energy. How do I say all of that without telling this guy for the next 20 minutes what I liked about his set? Man, dude, fucking phenomenal set. And all it comes off is, yeah, why don't you get the fuck off the stage? You know, it's, but that's not what I'm trying to say to the guy.
Yeah.
It's like, man, fucking dude, it sounded sweet, dude. You guys had good sound, man. Everybody was into it, dude. It was great. And you just, the only thing that you can think to say is, hey, great set.
Great. you got
All these
thoughts.
fucking
You're
things
just
like,
great
man,
set.
it's been years since I've seen you guys play live, and oh my god, dude, so much energy, and how in the fuck are you doing that? And you're like, dude, brutal. And that's all you can come up with, and you're just like, fuck.
And then you're like, I gotta get out of the way.
And then that's the other thing, is like, I don't want to sit here and talk to the motherfucker for 20 minutes because he's trying to get his shit up the stage. He's got shit he's got to do too.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, hey man, I'll catch up with you later.
Yep.
And you never do. You know.
Yeah.
No man, I'll find you later. I swear. But
Unless it's one of those shows where there's not much people there and you have. And then they're right out. Yeah. Okay.
that mother, he's got shit he's doing too. So
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I love it.
I do like it. I did always like it when people would come up and want to talk and stuff, but it was like, I'm trying to be professional.
Right.
This is professional time.
Yep.
This is time to get my shit off. We have a system here.
Yep.
Oh, can I help you? Can I grab this? You know, you got those ones too, and just like I just met you, and it's like,
Right.
just step aside.
The hardest thing for me, and
It's so hard to say that.
it's weird to say this as a vocalist and a guy that's been portrayed as having this gigantic ego. I have the hardest time taking compliments. Like, it's just like somebody comes up to you, man, and they dote on, like, oh my god, dude, I don't know how you do that. No, and I'm just like, dude, thanks.
Yeah.
What do I say?
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah.
Sweet, you know.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
Thanks, man.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
But it's just always been something for me. It's just like people will come up to me and like, man, your range and this and that, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
how do I come off as non-conceited but tell this guy I appreciate what he's saying? And
Yeah.
thanks.
Because like even like like as a vocalist, you know, maybe you don't have like anything to let off stage, but
yeah.
but if you're a band that's got props and you got banners and shit, like you know you're going right to trying to take
You
that
fucking
shit
younger
down,
vocalist, you listen here. Help carry shit out the fucking stage.
God
You
damn
lazy motherfuckers.
dude.
Jesus, dude, I'm sick of the stigma. I'm sick of
Yeah.
the fucking the jokes. The fucking everybody loaded in. Where's the singer?
And again,
I've been carrying gear
I
for
relate
years.
I relate it back to like, you know, every time I see Nagazi play, that's like fucking Joe. He's out there. It's I swear to God, he's got like a clipboard and shit. He's got the whole merch table set
Right.
up. You know, like
And I've never been that guy, but I'm like,
everybody should have their roles
Yeah.
in the band.
like the
you
dudes
know?
are unloading. You know what? I got a microphone. Okay, I'll grab that last one I'm carrying in somebody else's fucking head or a guitar. But I always try to help those guys. Those dudes are carrying the fucking band. They carry all
Yeah.
that weight, man. I help Brent get his drums. I don't know how fucking set drums up, dude. I don't know shit about it. But I can carry this fucking big circle for you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I can carry it to
I'll
the
get it to the
stage.
fucking stage for you.
Yeah, I'll definitely help you get it out of the fucking car.
I keep seeing these fucking memes, dude. I'm done. I'm done carrying shit. I'm gonna start living it. I'm gonna live this meme because I am tired of it.
I'm living this meme.
Tired of it, man.
I have a meme.
I have a meme that I shall not carry another drum set.
No more.
No more.
Not today. Not tomorrow.
No, fuck those guys. They're done. Carry your own shit.
Not the next show.
Why the fuck you guys need all them speakers? Brad made that fucking meme for me the one day. It had a picture of a guy's back all irritated and shit, and says my back is tired from carrying around all the looks, talent, and blank in this band. He sent it to me. I'm like, yeah. Recognize.
So fucking tinfoil hats.
Fuck yeah.
What is going on with this?
I don't know, man. We got to do something. I don't even know how to make a tinfoil hat.
Me
so
either.
We're
I
gonna
think
figure we're gonna figure this out as we go.
Okay.
Is that
Does
enough
my
material?
sheet- All right.
You ever had tinfoil hats made on your
No.
on your cast?
Rich, you
before?
can come grab a sheet. You need one too.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, you don't want the aliens to read your thoughts, or the CIA. I was wondering if I could just fit it over my hat. This is content. I don't care what you say.
Come grab your sheet.
You look beautiful, Kyle.
Was that scene with like Joaquin Phoenix?
Oh, yours is split.
Oh, did it rip?
Yeah.
Son of a. Well, they'll only be able to get the shit off my frontal lobe then. We're good.
Dude, I feel like I got a yarmulke on.
All right, now we'll put the headset on. This is gonna be disastrous. Oh, it's come. Maybe I gotta read my thoughts. Oh, God. All right. Headphones backwards. This is falling. It's all going to hell. There we go.
You got it.
Got it.
All right. I don't even know what I look like. Do I look good, Rich?
Looks like you
I
got
look good?
like a Carhartt beanie made out of
Yeah.
tinfoil. I fucking
right.
ripped mine.
Yeah, yours is
my
I ripped my pants.
my idea, and I'm ripping my tinfoil here.
What the fuck are you doing out there? You look like Iron Man. He's got it all the way over his face.
Cuts little eye holes out.
Man.
All right.
Silver edition.
All right. So hear this. All right. So Joe Biden wins the election in 2020, in which
Yeah.
overnight votes spring up out of nowhere. Casting systems in the state of Michigan, counties report there's a flaw in our program that we're using, and it's giving votes to Biden when it shouldn't. They go back and hand count them, and it's smaller counties. Antrim County
Yeah.
was the one that really got me.
Yeah.
And it turns out they were right. Then down in Detroit, they're counting all the absentee ballots. And the guys that are supposed to be there watching all of this are ushered into a room. Then they block the fucking windows with cardboard so they can't see in what's going on. Then
You will not see.
the state of Nevada, who literally counts shit for their main source of income, takes 2 weeks to fucking tally their votes, or a week, however the fuck long it was. I remember there was like a 36-hour stretch where not a single vote was tabulated in the state of Nevada.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy. I was like, why is this taking so long? It's not Nevada normally.
No. The state of Pennsylvania allows people to have their mail-in ballots shipped on the day of the election and could be received by the Friday of that week, meaning, again, this is all hypothetical and this is why we're wearing the hats.
Got our tinfoil hats
You
on.
could have left your
Yes.
house that morning with your mail-in ballot, dropped it in the mailbox, drove to your local polling location and voted, and then relied solely upon the ability of the government
Yeah, because it's so reliable.
to figure out that you voted not once but twice now and to not tabulate your mail-in vote. And there's people that, well, we got to trust the system. These are the same motherfuckers that send Social Security checks to dead people.
It's just, to me, it's like, I just don't think that, like, he won by what? How much did he win by?
I don't even. It's a month ago and I don't remember.
Hey, dumbass.
What?
Look up the final vote count of Biden and Trump. I think it was like 1 million. I just think there's like too many.
There's too many
votes.
coincidences.
There's too many coincidences that there's definitely some fraud going on, but I don't know if it was enough fraud
Right.
to get Trump the win.
But then
That's where I'm
So
at.
the tinfoil hat continued. And here's my philosophy on this whole thing. If you lost, you lost.
Yeah.
If you lost, you lost, man.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. February, you do your thing, get the fuck out of office, shake some hands, welcome into the
Yeah,
White
get
House.
the fuck. Yeah,
and
just.
then go do your thing, man.
Yeah.
Go be a billionaire again. Go do your thing. But
Yeah, he's going to get a media
So-
deal after this.
oh,
I think.
I guarantee
It's
it.
going to be Trump,
book sales.
Trump
oh,
News Network.
probably.
Because of the fake news thing.
Probably.
Trump News Network.
So then the tinfoil continues.
Yeah.
So now you've got, how old is Biden? 78?
Yeah, he's 78. and I think
Motherfucker's been
Trump
in
is
government
75.
longer than I've been alive. Okay.
Yeah.
Trump's 75, Biden's 78. They don't look the same. One of them's had a much more troublesome
Oh, yeah.
career. Dude's been in government for 43 years.
Yeah, you're going
What-
to look like that.
What's he accomplished? So you got this 78-year-old who clearly is not all there. I mean, I don't care what you want to say about the guy. The dude's there's a few things not lighting up in there. He's missing a few switches. Something's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So they put this guy, an old white dude, in charge when they had another old white dude that everybody loved because of his democratic socialist opinions on things. But you don't like that old white guy. You want this old white guy. Why do you want the old white guy that seems to have a hard time keeping his calm when he's faced by a guy here in Michigan, union member, that asks him a few questions and Joe asks him if he wants to go outside and fight him?
Yeah, you won't go outside? Yeah, I remember that.
Where he fucking flips out on soldiers when he's doing tours and then comes up with magical words in the middle of a speech at a rally. I mean, the dude's, something's going on. Then you pick Harris to follow him. Obviously, my thinking is that more people voted because we have a black woman as the first vice president on the ticket than they voted for Joe Biden and his policies.
Isn't she also the first like Indian?
I don't remember. There's a lot of stuff going on there, but so now
her pronouns are her and she too.
Yeah. Now you've set the table with 78-year-old crazy person, and then this person right here who more closely fits kind of what they're looking for.
All right, you want to know what's going to happen with tinfoil? Okay, he's going to be president for 2 years, and then gone. She comes in because then she's got 2 years, and it's not a full term.
Correct.
So then she can run for 2 more, and she gets 10 years.
Yep. See, that's why we got the tinfoil.
That's why we got tinfoil.
See, I knew you'd be all about the tinfoil philosophies.
See, but that's what I think.
That's
what I think because they can't be serious about Joe Biden. I don't care who you are.
No, there's no way.
Yeah, past the Trump stuff, whatever. He's gone. You know, he lost. Get out. It's on to Biden now, and he's only going to be here for 2 years. That's the deal.
I believe so.
2 years, and he's done.
And
he's at 80.
Yeah,
anything can happen, dude.
Correct.
I mean,
especially with the Clintons.
Look at how easily they offed Epstein.
And that dude was in a maximum security facility.
They offed his ass.
Right.
And what makes you think they can't off Biden?
Or
if he's still not dead from natural causes. So, like, we got to just get rid of this guy.
Or if the dude literally is a party, if he's just towing the company line, he does what the party tells him to do.
He'll step down.
He steps down due to medical conditions or health
you don't even got to off
concerns.
him. You don't got to go that fucking great.
You basically just told Joe you got 2 years. She's coming in, and then we're going to handpick who comes in behind her.
Yep.
And then they got their table set.
So you might as well just do what she wants to do.
Do whatever, because she's going to be the one running the joint.
Yeah. I don't know. That's what I think.
It's like,
and I heard that from my buddy Scotty. I swear to God, he's been mentioned probably like every podcast. He posted that. He said that's how it works, with the 2 year thing. You get 2 years and it's not a full term.
It wouldn't.
Oh yeah, that fucking makes perfect sense.
But isn't it weird to be in a time where we're all sitting here thinking this is what's going to happen?
Yeah.
And in 2 years we'll have forgotten about it, and that's what their hope is in 2 years it's long enough for people to have forgotten what could possibly be going wrong.
And then everybody will be like, oh my God,
he's such a brave man.
Oh.
He's stepping down. Because of health concerns. When really, 2
Bless
years,
his heart.
Every dude that's in their basement wearing a tinfoil hat running a podcast is going, we fucking told you this was going to happen. And they're like, well, you don't have any proof of it. And then you go to pull it up, and YouTube's like, motherfucker.
Motherfucker, your whole account's banned.
That's when Facebook shows up with their fact checkers, and they're like, no, that's not what they were talking about.
No. Yeah.
Fact checkers.
Yeah, just like Snopes and stuff. It all splits hairs, man.
Yeah.
Like, it'll take, there was something about that Gavin Newsom slimy sumbitch, and about the when he said you can't sing at Thanksgiving, and limit the gatherings and stuff. Well, there was some wording in there, and it like took the one word. I can't remember exactly what it was, but they took the one word, and because of that one word, they said it wasn't true.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you're going to split hairs that much on a fact-checking site because of one word that's not true?
Like, am I the only dude that remembers the YouTube video of Biden having the confrontation with that union guy? Am I the only guy that watched that?
No, I watched it.
Then how are they saying that it doesn't exist?
Exactly.
Then all of a sudden they said that never happened. I'm like, motherfucker, I watched the whole thing. And now you're telling me that wasn't what happened. That wasn't what he said. And then, NRA ran one. Of course, the NRA ran one.
Yeah.
But the NRA ran the video. They must have saved it in their archives because that's what the NRA does. And then they pulled it out, and they're like, here it is in a commercial.
Here it is.
And this is exactly him saying the thing. Like, he never said that. I never said that. And boom, here's him.
Did.
I'm going to take you out. You want to go outside?
Yeah.
I don't work for you.
Yeah, dude. Dude, it's crazy, man. I think that's what's gonna happen. Then we're gonna have our ruler, Kamala Harris, just lock them up, lock everybody up, lock them up. That's what she did. That's what she did.
Cali, wasn't it California? She's from.
Yeah. Senator. Well, first she was the prosecuting attorney.
Yep.
Yeah, she fucking ruthless.
What a time to be alive.
Ew.
What a terrible time to bring children into this world.
I know. I think I'm thinking about having another one.
Oh.
You want that vote count?
Yeah, what was that vote count?
All right, Biden got 81 million, and Donald Trump was at 74 million.
Both received more votes than any other candidate in the history of elections. Both
crazy.
of them.
And I can believe it. I mean,
I can believe there was a lot of votes.
I can believe it.
But going back to my previous like 63 million gun owners. Let's just spitball that. There's 63 million gun owners in the country of 383 million? 300 and something, 329 million?
350, I think.
Something like that. Well, we just gave three numbers, and not one of them is within 500,000 of the other.
Look it up, Rich. Population of the world.
The population of the U.S.
Oh, the U.S.
I mean, the world is like 7.8 billion.
Yeah,
like that.
I think that's pretty accurate.
That's a few.
Yeah, just butt in as soon as you get it, Rich.
But so you got 63 million individuals that, regardless of what their reasoning may be, have purchased a firearm. And the one candidate that says we're coming after your guns, I have a gun czar, and you have Pedo O'Rourke that's going to run this fucking shit. And you mean to tell me that 63 million of those people are like, well, I mean, he's coming after guns, but I'm okay with that.
I'm okay.
I like everything else he's got to say.
328.2 million
Oh, okay.
as of
I
last
thought it
year.
was 350.
I swear I said 329 somewhere.
You did.
around there. Did I?
Yep, you said
Fucking A.
329 the second time.
I win the free tinfoil hat of the day.
Ooh,
The giveaway.
the giveaway. Yes. Let's do it.
I don't know, man.
We have a giveaway.
There's going to be a lot of boating accidents. There's going to be the divisiveness, man. That's the one. I don't give a fuck what party is in. The divisiveness just needs to go away.
Well, it's like, then you got that AOC coming out saying, we're making a list of everybody that supported Trump. And like everybody's going to make
You were
lists.
complicit in his acts.
Yeah, you like that. That's not helping anything.
No.
What you need to do is just be like, your candidate lost. Now I got to deal with 8 years of Biden.
Yeah.
Or 4 years of Biden, whatever it is.
2 years of Biden, 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years of Biden.
10 years of
and
Harris.
10 years of Harris. Okay, I'm just going to deal with it like I did with Obama.
Right.
I mean, it's not like this shit doesn't happen all the time.
No, it's been going this way since.
I mean, it's been flip, flop, and who's been running it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess you'd have to get more in depth in running it because that goes more into the Senate and the House and shit. 'cause
Correct.
That's what really fucking
Right.
runs
I mean,
the
and
shit.
and that's the other thing too is that the president can put forth a lot of actions. He can try to do a lot of things, but without the approval of certain aspects in certain areas, it's not getting approval.
That was
of the
my
other.
biggest thing. I was like, I'm going to vote for Trump in 2016. I said I'm going to vote for Trump because I think there's going to be too many people around him that are going to be like, no, don't do that, and not let him do it. But apparently not. He just fired their bitch asses. He's like, you're fired.
You're fired.
And then
You played yourself. You're fired.
I mean, brought the next guy in that was willing to let him do his Twitter account and shit.
Yep.
Like I don't know. I just thought there'd be way more people like, no, you can't. We can't put that out there. We
And
can't
I
do
think
that.
a lot of people didn't like. He wasn't presidential enough.
Right.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't presidential enough.
But that's why he was elected in the first place.
correct. Is that people were tired of
Because
that?
he wasn't presidential. He
Yeah.
was just like this guy, this famous business guy. But Ronald Reagan was also very, he was a actor and stuff. He was in Hollywood and shit before too. But I mean, it's not like he wasn't terrible. He fucking.
He didn't have Twitter. I mean, that's one thing.
No, but like just his presidency though. I mean, he just signed everything.
Yeah.
You got any bill that came to his day, like, hey, spend.
Yeah. The biggest.
Spend money.
I-
and as a Republican too. Like he was a Republican, right?
No.
Yeah, like Republicans are more known
Fiscal,
to like
typically.
like break down bring down the deficit, not add to it.
Traditionally, that's the thought.
Yeah.
The way
Traditionally,
the way
yes.
I look at the Republican Party is that it's supposed to be a party that favors smaller government. Through smaller government, meaning your tax dollars are being utilized better within the smaller frameworks of the government. That doesn't always work that way.
That's why I went full on libertarian this year.
Oh yeah, they hate everything. Libertarians hate all kinds of government.
Yeah, they're like fuck it all, dude.
Fuck them. Fuck the ATF. Fuck the IRS. They don't like.
Yeah,
them.
that Joe man. She was just like, you know what? Any bill that comes to me that it's just they want to spend more money, I'm just gonna send it back.
Yeah.
I will not.
And
accept
that's the thing that, and again, regardless of your party, regardless of your leanings politically, it should irritate the living fuck out of you the way they spend money. Imagine you as a homeowner, as a parent, spending the way that the federal government does, and then asking for somebody else to assist you in paying your mortgage.
And then started GoFundMe for my mortgage.
and
But
then-
yet I'm
but-
out
but-
here driving Maseratis.
You're right. Now that doesn't mean that shit doesn't happen to people. I mean, dude, it's happened to me, man, where I was like, fucking dude, we're broke.
Yeah.
And I need to get some money. But
Yeah.
you know what I didn't do? I didn't do the same shit the next year.
Right.
or for 4 more years, or for 10 more years, or since we've been alive.
Right.
You know, I didn't go out and just say, well, I'm going to keep spending money I don't have continuously, and then ask for somebody else to bail me out.
Right.
My neighbor, I need my neighbor to pay me, pay my house off for me. That's the thing that's fucking irritating, is that the government, the state, and our federal government just has that mentality of spend, but you only have so many resources to receive that fucking income from. You're only taxing so many motherfuckers to get that money.
Exactly.
I don't know.
I just think it needs to be just, it's way less hands off. I guess a lot of, the biggest thing that freaked people out was how she said she wanted to legalize drugs.
The state of fucking Oregon.
They legalized mushrooms now.
Everything.
Oh, they did everything?
If I understand it correctly.
Rich, look it up.
What am I looking up?
What the fuck? You even paying attention out there? You playing with
Yeah.
your tiddlywink?
Yeah, I'm playing with myself.
Rich, is this how he always talks to you?
Always.
This is terrible. You should file a grievance with the union.
I quit.
Quit. Bitch.
This is a free.
You can edit this shit yourself. God damn it.
God damn it. No more Urbex videos.
I'm tired of taking your bullshit, mini Joe Rogan. I'm out of here. I don't even remember. What the hell are we having him look up now? I don't even fucking remember.
I don't remember either. Son of a
Rich,
bitch.
what were we having him look up?
Fuck, I don't know.
You don't remember?
No.
Son of a
Bitch.
Damn it.
This is going swimmingly.
Yeah.
We were on a tangent.
was that?
There was a rant, and then it followed by a tangent, and then it went into Rich looked that up, and I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, then it went into how I talked to Rich or something. Apparently, I'm like a slave on
Rich, look that up. Look it up, bitch.
When do I get paid, by the
Rich,
way?
do your job that you're warned and asked about, and you gladly accepted to do.
I'm still waiting for that paycheck.
You're like, yeah, man, I'll do it. I'll help.
Yeah, I don't got anything else going on for 3 to 4 hours a week. Sure,
Fuck it.
I'll just sit, I'll sit here and be your punching bag. Great. Goes home. I fucking hate him. I can't do this anymore. The next time, hey man, guess who I got coming in the studio? You ready for this, buddy? Come on down.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I'll be there. No tinfoil hats today. Fuck this place.
You're
Worst
gonna
job.
wish you were here when I had James Hetfield in here when he's 60 years old.
You know what I like
I
to
don't
do?
really
You know what I
play
like to do
much
on every
anymore.
Metallica album is yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. yeah. Ooh, yeah.
You did that perfect.
Oh my god. Fucking Metallica.
The Stewie one was pretty spot on with Brad, too, I think.
Yeah.
I started to lose it at the end, but
Cool
that
hip.
was cool whip.
You're eating hair.
Cool whip.
Did you ever watch there was it was an English
No, what?
There was an English video where they were interviewing him, and he went over that scene, and he did both parts. He did Brian and Stewie at the same time. It was fucking great to watch him do them both. And then he was
switch back and forth.
yeah, he was
just-
throwing out he was throwing out Quagmire, and then he was doing Peter, and he was doing all the voices that he does. And they asked him, "Well, where the hell did you get the voice for Quagmire?" And he's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
old ad man and shit like that."
Yeah.
The wacky waving inflatable waving arm 2 men.
Fuck. Fucking inflatable farm swing too, man. How do you...
That's easy for you to say.
Dude, fuck no. It is not. So, have you seen the stories on that monolith thing that's popping up everywhere?
I see
we
the
got the tinfoil hat.
I keep seeing monoliths, and I'm just like, some dude is playing the world's biggest prank right now.
Dude, how?
I don't know. It's probably
Dude,
fucking Elon Musk.
They look heavy as fuck, don't they, Rich? They look
Yeah,
heavy as
they look
fuck.
heavy, and they're like 2 to 3 times taller than the average human.
And they're
How are
popping up, and they're popping up in really obscure locations.
Obscured.
Like obscure.
Yeah.
Do I get
second time, dude?
like a sales?
hashtag.
Do I get a sales pitch? Every time I say obscure, there should be a like, cha-ching,
Yeah,
like
there
right in the background.
there should be a little fucking dinger.
Well, Ken, I mean, we can't pay you to be here. And then I'm like, are you sure? That seems rather vague, ambiguous, and obscure. Ka-ching!
But yeah, they are. They're just like in these places where you just be like, How in the fuck did
Like
they
the
get that
the Utah
there?
fucking desert, like that, like right there is, and then it shows up by like a castle. Is that the recent one? It showed up by like some castle somewhere.
You got that article still pulled up, Rich? No.
He had like fucking 40 windows open the last time he gave us the main screen. So
Yeah.
he's a busy guy,
No,
man.
I don't think it. I thought I seen him close it out because it was on my.
Why are you griefing
Facebook.
him, man?
Because it was on my Facebook and I thought he closed it out.
No, I don't. Like I said, I'm wondering, is it like some
It's
really
right
Top of a mountain.
yeah?
A mountain.
Is
Yeah,
this
where
some-
was it at, Rich?
At Addis Cadero, California.
Okay, that's the second one.
That's
in California.
That's the recent
Oh,
spotting.
that's the recent one, and it's
And-
all in the U.S.
There was one.
No, the first one was
Wasn't it in China or something?
There was one in Utah. That was the first one, I thought.
Was that the first or is that the second?
And then there was another one that appeared somewhere by a temple, I thought, or by a castle.
Yeah.
And that was like in
Romania.
Romania.
It was Romania second. Utah was first.
Okay, Utah first, then it went to Romania, and now it's in California.
What if it's
Now-
just some like super wealthy fucking like Russian oil billionaire, and he's just like, check this shit out.
Right.
I'm going to fuck with the Americans.
I'm going to fuck with them.
And Soviet Russia
this,
road
guys.
forks you. Fucking Yakov Smirnoff.
Look at Monolith.
It's big silver, big thing in the
Big
desert.
deal. Big deal.
Sorry to
Make
all your
this shit all the time.
I apologize to all your Russian viewers for our piss poor accents.
Yeah. Roast us.
Hashtag.
It's obscured state.
They know what they
It's
say.
not-
No views are bad views.
Yeah.
Hey,
No.
just wait.
press.
Talking to my girlfriend on the way here. She's like, "Why are you nervous?" I'm like, what's a podcast? I mean, we're just gonna be talking, hanging out with friends. And then I started thinking, I'm like, dude, I say a lot of dumb shit. Like, what if there's like somebody that's like watching this and they're like, no, that's not correct, and they go and they're like googling
not
shit and
politically
and they're like throwing it back on the feed, like this
Well-
guy right here's a bigot.
Well, that's the whole point of doing the whole, like a long form podcast is so you can get context with what
Yeah.
you say. You can post whatever you want on Facebook, you can say what you want, but everybody's going to read it in their tone that they want to hear
Yep.
it in. So if they want to hear it as you're being mad when really you're just stating some facts, like right now you just be talking.
I notice you do
monotone.
that happens to you a lot. Like you'll state
Yeah.
facts, and then people like get pissed off and butthurt over it, and they want to interject and try to change your mind on things, and you're like, you can't change my mind on facts.
Yeah,
Like I'm
sorry.
not stating an opinion. I'm telling you this is what I read. This is how I understand it and perceive it, and then I left it here on the internet for you to read,
Right.
and for you to come to your own conclusions on
Exactly.
it. And people get to the point where they're just like, no,
No, I have to tell him.
like my body, my choice. This had absolutely nothing to do with abortion. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I remember that one. I can't remember what the post was, but yeah, I remember that. I'm like, just you're going way. And then I made I don't know if you've seen the most recent one where I compared. I said the vaccine when I was talking about the vaccine.
Yeah.
The dead bodies
Yep.
everywhere, and then it's you're going into anti-vaxxer territory and shit. I'm like, I'm pro, like, safe, like, proven vaccines, like the vaccines that my
This
kids
thing was
get.
force fed through in under 6 months.
No, that's my deal. Like
Yeah.
I'm not taking it. I'm not doing it. Even my wife, who's been a CNA for a long time,
No.
she's even saying if it comes where they got to get forced, she might look to going to like a factory or something.
Yeah, and it's terrible that they're going to put that on you. You're not allowed to fly. You're not allowed to hold these jobs if you don't have that. And it's it
It's
goes.
gonna happen.
Oh, absolutely.
I see
And I
the
mean,
writing on the wall with the forced tests and everything right now too.
and the thing is that even the pharmaceutical companies are saying the fucking side effects of some of this shit are just as bad as COVID.
And we don't know what long term side
Correct.
effects are.
And you're never going to because they're not giving you the time to study. And I understand why they're pushing it because holy fuck, we gotta get this resolved. But the problem is now you're shortcutting. You're shortcutting a lot of shit that was intentionally designed to prevent what you could be opening up. Like I said, we could be walking into The Walking Dead, which is
Yeah.
great because all you people that have been hoarding goods, all those canned goods, all that ammunition, all you've done is collect it for me. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no shit. It's
The guys that are going to get it the worst are the people that are like anti-gun.
Right.
Those are the first houses. Those are the people that your toilet paper is now my toilet paper. Congratulations. And they're going to be like, well, I don't understand.
in a world like like The Walking Dead.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
For
It's
sure.
and unfortunately, human decency will go out the window. I mean, we've already kind of
Yeah.
seen it. I mean,
Well, that's what that show really portrayed
oh fuck
well
yeah.
too.
And
you
that's
know?
exactly what The Walking Dead was. The Walking Dead didn't talk about the zombies. Walking Dead pertained to the people that were alive.
Yeah, it
You
was
know.
their story.
And the biggest threats weren't the zombies. It was other people.
like the first season, first, second season, that was
Yeah.
the big threat, and then it changes into
People.
The general
People.
and the third season was the general.
The governor.
Oh, the
Governor.
Yep, the
Governor,
governor,
yeah.
and then you're
Governor.
dealing with the guys at the train station. Where they were cannibals.
Right.
And then there was Negan, and then there's, the Walkers, the Whisperers. Now I stopped watching it, honestly.
Yeah, I stopped
Rick
watching.
died, and I'm like, spoiler alert.
Oh.
If you haven't watched it in the last 4 years,
Oh, Rick does?
No,
I haven't watched
I
it.
haven't watched
apologize.
it since the end of season 3. So.
yeah. Well, they I don't know. They probably bring him back somehow.
I don't know.
Miraculously.
I stopped watching. They got to Negan, and they were going to the big compound.
Yeah.
Negan's big compound, and that's like kind of when I stopped watching.
They offed Carl. They offed Glenn.
Yeah, Carl. Yeah, I remember all that.
Yeah.
Carl, dude, the Glenn one really fucked me up.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I was like, holy shit.
Like it was brutal. Like they
That was.
I remember when
brutal.
they showed that, I was like,
That was like I got like the next day. I
Yeah.
was just like fucked up about it. I'm like,
oh my
damn,
god, dude.
my
The dude
heart-
survived so much shit. Like the dude survived on under a dumpster. Like
Yeah, they starts going through all that,
Yeah.
like all the shit he survived, and it comes down to this.
and tell me how though I gotta ask, when is the last time you seen a big ass dumpster like that you could fit under? That's the flaw I find.
know, right?
That's the flaw I found in the entire series. Is that why is that dumpster 2.5 feet off the ground? That's
Yeah.
not like any dumpster I've ever seen.
It's so true.
That's so completely unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Guy surviving in the apocalypse with zero survivability skills, but that's believable. And,
Right.
I still want to know what that motherfucker at the CDC said in season 1. What the fuck did he tell Rick?
That was fucking crazy.
They never
too.
told anybody what the fuck he said.
It was a really goddamn good show.
It played out, man.
For me, I don't know. I think I just got busy with other stuff. I think. How many seasons was Walking Dead?
It's 9, I think.
9?
I think this is the last season, but then it's got its spin-off with
Yeah, there's more-
Fear the Walking Dead. Then there's another
Another
one that's
one.
just starting, and it's like
I'm waiting for the Game of Thrones spinoffs. I loved Game of
I
Thrones.
watched 0 minutes of that.
Really?
Never saw a minute of it, man.
Just didn't watch it.
I don't think it was on HBO, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't have HBO.
Right.
So I was just like, everybody's like, Game of Thrones. I'm like, man, that sounds badass.
You
I'm like,
gotta watch it.
I'm not
dude.
getting HBO.
You got to.
I mean, it should be on something right now, isn't it? On like fucking Netflix or anything?
I think it's on Hulu.
Is
Hulu.
it? I say I don't have Hulu either. I got Disney
You just
Plus.
get that fucking trial and you binge it.
I should. I got Disney Plus.
I got them all.
UFC, and then I got ESPN Plus, and then I got
Yeah, because they
Disney,
had a
something else.
bundle where
Yeah.
you can get Hulu,
Well, see-
ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus.
Yeah, no,
So just add the Hulu,
I
and then you
should.
can get the fucking Game of Thrones.
I could.
It's a really fucking good show, man. That's one of those last ones besides Dexter. You ever watch that?
Never watched any Dexter.
Oh man,
I
Dexter's
know.
my
I
favorite.
don't. You know what I watch?
Hey, I don't watch a lot of TV too. Everybody, it's mostly people doing that to me. Oh, you haven't seen it?
I watch MASH reruns. I mean, dude, I got the MASH box set.
Dexter and Game of Thrones, man. Dexter's the one. You know what it's about?
Dexter's about a serial killer. That's
Yeah,
a. Was he?
yeah.
Is he?
Blood
Is he a
splatter
doctor?
analysis.
Blood spatter analysis.
Oh, is that what he does?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, for
I
the
see- I've seen-
Miami, whatever.
I think I
Miami
seen like a
PD.
couple. I think I seen like an episode or something like that of it. But
it's so good.
it seemed like it would be good.
So good.
I used to watch Bones back in the day.
Bones.
Bones.
I remember when Bones came out.
I'm really excited. Like The Mandalorian is
I
really
was
what I
like
watch a lot now.
probably, I don't know how old I was. And I was like, Bones?
Bones is good. I like
Boner.
Bones. His name was Boner. No, I like what I watch now is The Mandalorian. I watch that every Friday,
Yep.
and then I'm waiting for.
I haven't watched a lick of that because I never got into Star
Oh
Wars.
my Jesus Christ! Season 2 of The Witcher. I'm looking forward to that.
Ooh, did you play the games?
No, I did buy The Witcher when I went and bought my. Everybody was waiting for Xbox Series X to come out, and I went out and bought an Xbox One. I'm like, I got back surgery coming up. I'm gonna need something to do.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, I'll go buy this one for $2.99. And then I saw The Witcher, and I'm like, fucking game of the year. Fuck yeah! I haven't played played anything but Call of Duty. I got fucking like 4 games, and I'm just like, I'm playing COD. If I got time, I'm on Warzone. I don't even play Warzone that much, just because
Warzone was so fun.
I'm so fucking terrible at it. I got like 89 games in. I got like 1 win.
Well, yeah, I think I've only gotten like 2.
I
but
played
a fun tactical part of it.
I played with a streamer who I follow because I was a supporter, so I ended up getting in on a Friday night game with him, and him and 2 other dudes carried my lifeless corpse to the fucking finish line. I'm like, my first win.
PUBG's a really good one. Well,
PUBG they said was really good,
Yeah.
but it was a lot different because it was more skill based. Like COD kind of leveled the playing field a lot.
Yeah,
with
because
hitboxes
you're
and
used
shit.
to playing Call of
Yeah.
Duty. Now you can play something like PUBG, but as Call of Duty.
Yep.
So it's a lot easier.
I study like anything I do, I want to try to be good at it, you know. And I'm struggling to be good at Warzone right now, and it is infuriating. So I mean, I'm looking at fucking data charts and what's the TTK on this fucking gun versus
Is there
that
more
fucking
maps now?
Yeah, they opened up a couple new ones
Did
for
they?
multiplayer.
Okay.
Yep.
That would
The
be
rumor
cool.
is
for Warzone.
Now the rumor is that they're
Okay.
keeping that engine for when they factor in Cold War. Cold War guns, Cold War personnel are coming into Warzone,
Okay.
is what they said. Now the Battle Pass ended at Season 6, is what it was supposed to do, from what I understood it. Then they extended Season 6 Battle Pass 14 days, which brings it closer in line with like when I think they're supposed to run Cold War and make it come in. Now the rumor is there's going to be a Season 7 on the Battle Pass, and that they're talking about bringing in Alcatraz Island, or whatever the hell it was renamed, Remake Island, or whatever the fuck it's called. But that's supposed to be an additional map onto Warzone, but they're not going to change Warzone. It's all leaked right now. Who knows?
Shit.
But I don't know. I enjoy playing it, but then at the same time, it's the game you love to hate. You know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. I just put in 12 hours today. I'm gonna go home. The kids are at their mother's. I'm gonna eat a little something quick, and I'm gonna play video games for a couple hours before I go to bed and just fucking
Get pissed.
fucking camper. Fuck this game. I'm going to play multiplayer.
Yeah.
And then the next thing I know, I'm in multiplayer trying to unlock my fucking blue dot my red
See,
dot.
that's where I would be like, fuck this game. I'm gonna play The Witcher.
Yeah.
I just turn the whole fucking game off. Fuck the game.
I just get
I'm
I get so boiled up to the point where I'm like, no,
Fallout though.
Fuck this. I'm not gonna fucking go out this way. I'm gonna fucking get back in there.
Oh, Fallout though. That's the game you can get lost.
I stopped gaming for like 5-6 years. When I started picking up, I
haven't
picked
gamed
up
in a while, but
I picked up
Fallout.
goose hunting, and then like I was like, well, I don't want to play video games anymore. Which is weird because I only hunt like 3 to 4 months of the year, and the rest of the time I just never picked up the game again.
Right.
And then man, I'm gonna be sitting at home a lot for the fucking next couple weeks. Maybe I'll go buy myself a gaming system again.
Fuck it. Right.
Now I'm back in. I got the fucking headset. I got the pro fucking controller with the under paddles on it.
Oh
and shit.
yeah, dude. I got that too. The Elite
Yep.
controller.
I saved a little money. I ended up buying it on a knockoff brand. It's good
Dude,
brand.
it gets complicated to try to remember what buttons are what once you get all those extra ones.
Well, luckily, see, I just programmed my paddles in, so it's AB on here, and then I think I got an XY here. No,
Right.
XY, so I can
but then you can go in and you can
you can
route
add,
them.
yep.
You can route them to be like different
adjustable
functions.
sensitivities on your triggers
Yeah.
and shit like that. But the
The
one
trigger
thing
lock too, where it's
I see,
stops.
I don't have that. I have
No?
because I didn't buy like a scuff. I didn't buy the ones that have like recoil control and shit like that. I just went and got the one where you can adjust your sensitivities and then you can button map. So like you could make those fucking buttons whatever the hell I wanted. But I put them to A and B on my right hand,
Yeah.
so I could slide cancel. Something like slide canceling. What's that? And I saw a video of it.
explain.
Guy showed me how to do it, and I'm like, huh. Slide, jump, slide, jump. Next thing I know, I'm fucking
Now you're like
zooming across the map. Oh, that's
Yep.
beautiful. And I'm still dying to stupid shit. I'm like, well, I'm gonna challenge this, and then boom, I'm dead.
challenge this motherfucker.
This dude's head glitching. He's got absolute cover. He's got high ground. I'm just gonna go ahead and run up this hill at him. Boom, I'm dead. Motherfucker. Camper. Hacker.
Well, it's been like 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh, shit.
So, dang, Richard. All right, Richard, you're going to have a 2 hour and 20 minutes of podcast to edit, and I expect that by tomorrow morning.
You can suck my left nut.
Just his left one?
Just the left
Just the
one?
left
That's
one.
that's the smaller of the two.
I was expecting like eat a bowl of dicks or something.
Oh, you
How about I
can
get
you
a
can
spoon
ingest
so you can eat my ass?
you can ingest an entire bag of Richards.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
An entire bag. Of
An entire bag.
The poo. Richards. But dude, that was fun.
Fuck yeah, man.
It was a good time.
I appreciate you having me in.
You know, I think we spent a good amount of time on like Hokori, and
I think we covered a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like it was very, very good.
Very good.
It
Very
wasn't- it
overall.
wa-
Like I said, it's all got context to everything that we said.
think so.
You know, you can't just have like one-liners or your Facebook post.
Right.
That's why I like doing this. So
I'll just come off as an asshole, which is pretty much what
we
everybody's
didn't
general
even
thought
talk
is.
about one of the things I want to talk about, which was hunting either. So
Oh shit!
we'll have to have you back on another
I'll have to
time.
come back.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll actually play shows by then.
Yeah.
Again.
Then we'll have some more stuff to talk
Fuck
about
yeah.
too. More metal updates instead of like finding bullshit like fucking Metallica's Monopoly board.
Yeah, there's nothing good this week.
Nothing good.
You know what? Metallica
least
needs
we'll have,
more
like,
money. So they
Local shows to fucking announce.
I can't wait.
Dude, we're gonna have a big ass list.
hopefully.
There wasn't even any good new releases this week.
Yeah.
I think the only good one that I was interested in was a new Soilwork EP. That was it.
Oh, soil work.
Put in that work, baby.
Heavy breathing. I miss soil work so much.
I'm excited to watch that bat thing. That's fucking hilarious. All right, man.
Good.